True, this could be worse than Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction of '04.
Dems want to kneecap ICE and defund FEMA and the TSA. But Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt says he won't let that happen.
We're not doing that. So I've offered my own proposal. The Protect America Act in sanctuary cities increases penalties for illegal entry and reentry, increases penalties against ICE agents, and then also gets rid of these NGOs if they're fueling this political discord and violence on the streets.
Schmidt says Democrats just want illegals to vote for them in the midterms. It's 35 at 6:04. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG.
Attorney General Catherine Hanaway has filed the motion to intervene to defend gun laws, to defend gun laws at the Missouri Supreme Court, and also defend Missourians' right to bear arms at shooting ranges.
That was a proper correction there.
Thank you. She says Missouri's pro-Second Amendment laws are not only constitutional, but respect private property rights as well.
Can Missouri's new congressional map officially go into effect? The trial over its implementation, that was a better correction, has begun. A judge is weighing whether or not new districts can go into effect before it's put to a statewide vote later this fall. Something we will keep our eyes on right here at News Talk KZRG.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In prep basketball, Republic boys beat Neosho 59-44. The Webb City boys beat Carthage 55-46. Trey Turner led Webb City with 13 points, while Jonah Barra had 20 for the Tigers. The Webb City girls earned a 68-46 win over Carthage. Abby Sargent had 17 for the Cardinals, and Hallie Endicott had 22 for the Tigers. Hillcrest beat the Carl Junction boys 74-70. The New Heights Christian boys earned a 73-43 win over Thomas Jefferson. Ben Schumacher had 21 for the Cougars, and Jack Twist had 20 for the Cavs. The New Heights girls beat Thomas Jefferson 47-25. Tonight, Joplin boys take on Miami. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG. Your news is brought to you by Kansas City University. KCU Joplin is hiring dentists and full-time staff to join their dental education team. Local dentists can make a lasting impact full-time, part-time, or even one day a week. Apply now at kansascity.edu/jobs. I'm Lucas Davis.
And I'm Ted Bohorquez.
Next news is 6:30, breaking news as it happens. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. And now KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. The sun is shining. The temperature's mild, 56 today. Getting warmer tomorrow, 64. And a brief shower possible Friday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is a service of Zimmer Marketing. Make 2026 your year of growth. Update your marketing plan when you partner with Zimmer Marketing and see for yourself why it just works.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing clear in the four-state area. 35 in Neosho, 36 in Pittsburgh, 39 in Galena, 35 in Joplin. 100 weather updates every 24 hours on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. And on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time, 6:07.
Got a vision in your head? A Pinterest board full of sparkle? Or maybe just a wild idea sketched on a napkin? At Como Jewelry, we love that. Our custom design process lets you dream big and be part of the magic from start to finish. We'll help you create a piece that's 100% you. Come see us in Pittsburgh or at our brand new Joplin location at 3401 North Range Line. Como Jewelry, your jeweler for a lifetime, and your custom creation headquarters.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-884-1012 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-884-1012. That's 800-884-1012. What do you have to lose? Call 800-884-1012. Again, 800-884-1012.
When your pet feels their best, you can see it. In every wag, every stretch, every happy moment. They truly are my best friends. And that's why I really want to make sure I'm doing everything I can to keep them healthy and happy.
At Pinnacle Vet Clinic in Neosho, grooming is more than a beauty routine. It's an important part of keeping your pet healthy, inside and out. Regular grooming helps maintain healthy skin and coat, keeps ears clean, and nails neatly trimmed. Little details like that make a big difference in your pet's comfort and well-being. And you can trust the same Pinnacle Vet Clinic team for your regular vet visits and grooming, which makes it easier on you and your dog. They take the time to make each grooming visit relaxing and safe, so every pet feels cared for and comfortable. Help your pets thrive with a grooming appointment with Pinnacle Vet Clinic. Find them online at pinnaclevetclinic.com or on Facebook. When you want the best for your pets, go to Pinnacle Vet Clinic on Hammer Road in Neosho.
You're listening to News Talk KZRG 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. Live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. From Studio 1Z. With the latest news, commentary, and weather. It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
35 in Joplin, 36 in Pittsburgh, 34 in the Granby, Stark City, Neosho area, and 37 around Miami, Oklahoma. We're heading for a high of 58 today. Tomorrow, we have a high of 61, and on Friday, a high of 64. So we dropped down a little bit compared to earlier this week, but we're slowly moving right back up. Tonight's low, 37. Tomorrow's low, 43. Friday's low, 49. So like I said, we're just going to be slowly kind of warming up here. Now, Lucas Davis famously correctly guessed Joplin's first snowfall like 8 months in advance. So He's clearly the prognosticator of the entire region here. Lucas, do you anticipate more cold spells coming
There's
up?
going to be at least one more.
You think so?
I'm not buying this heat wave that we just got. There's always at least one more before March and April hit.
You're suspicious of the heat we had gotten.
Yep. There might even be one in March. I wouldn't even be surprised early March.
Yeah, I could see that. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. Hey, don't forget, fellas, Valentine's Day is this Saturday, and if you're learning this news for the first time, you might be in a little bit of trouble, but don't worry. News Talk KZRG, we're here to help you out. We are giving away chocolate-covered strawberries from Candy House Gourmet in Joplin. They are providing the chocolate-covered strawberries. You have 2 chances today to win these chocolate-covered strawberries for that special someone, even if that special someone is you. At 7:10, we're going to be giving out a trivia question. The first person to text us at 417-782-1310 with the correct answer will get themselves a box of chocolate-covered strawberries.
Do they sell the Valentine's 5? It's where you go to buy your wife 6 and then you eat one on the way home. So you give her 5.
The Valentine's 5, is that what that's called?
Yep.
That's awesome. There's also at 7:50 this morning during our normal trivia segment. Not only will you be able to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos, you will also be winning yourself a box of chocolate-covered strawberries from Candy House. So, 2 chances to make up for your lack of plans for this Saturday. Or if you already have plans, hey, this can just accent it.
Just the chef's kiss.
-1 chocolate-covered strawberry.
Yep, the old Valentine's 5.
Hey, speaking of Valentine's Day, this is pretty neat. The Joplin Little Theater is hosting its 9th biannual Valentine concert, and it's called Decades of Love.
Sounds like a date night opportunity.
Now, it's happening on Saturday afternoon, this upcoming Saturday, obviously, at 2:30 at the Joplin Little Theater, which is located on 1st Street, which if you haven't been there, it's actually pretty cool. A friend of mine actually directed their own local show there, and me and my friends went. It's a pretty sweet venue. Have you been, Lucas?
No, Ted, you're a man of many parts. You just know everyone.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
I am intrigued, though. I've heard good things about the Little Theater.
Yeah, I would honestly, sincerely consider it to be kind of a hidden gem of Joplin.
So, obviously there's this event going on, but what type of events do they have? Do they have like a seasonal thing? Like, do they have shows lined up? Is there a schedule like that kind of thing?
Yes, I do believe so. I'm not sure what the schedule is, but I'm
Probably
certain
go
they
to their
do.
website and all that.
Right, exactly.
Facebook page or something.
But they do, the one I went to, I forget what the name of the play was, but it was a play that was written in like the 80s or like the 50s or 60s or something, I think.
So it's not all like original plays, or some of it's like
some
plays
of it
that have
is
already been
exactly.
copywritten plays and everything. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And so it's local directors teaming up with local actors and local wardrobe, aspiring costume designers, and they all put these shows on together.
Like a community effort.
Yeah, exactly. It's super cool. So back to this concert that they're hosting this Saturday at 2:30 in the afternoon. It's going to be a Valentine's Day jam out session to the greatest love songs spanning from the 1950s all the way to 2026. And it's designed to celebrate both Valentine's Day and an enduring legacy of beloved popular music.
I will say that I am not the most culturalistic person, but I do enjoy going and watching musical concerts. Not like I like the the metal and stuff like that, but I'm talking about the classical music. I actually dig me just sitting there and just vibing out to the winds.
Yeah, it's a vibe. In San Francisco, when I lived there was a somewhat famous, it was famous amongst the locals, jazz bar, where you could go, and it was a full bar, and they would have local jazz musicians just jamming out. And the jazz musicians, they would sign up like the week leading up, like a few days before. And then if they had slots, people would just show up and just, strum a chord, or whatever the phrase is.
I used to, with the in-laws, go to the local Embassy Theater and watch different themed ones they would have. And I remember I went to the Star Wars themed one, and I was
baller.
into it. And I look over to the left, and they're both just passed out. I was like, "How are you sleeping during this? This is epic."
That was
everybody does that there. That's what's wild is a lot of people nap because it's so relaxing at the concert. Like I guarantee you, 70% of the crowd, 50 and older, snoozing,
snooze fest,
catching it in. And
Absolute.
I was like, dude, this is my kind of place here.
Yeah, there was one day. I love the ones where they do where it's a movie and then with no soundtrack.
That's what it was on the background. Oh, that's so ours had like they played the music and then there was a huge screen in the background. You kind of followed along. The music
that's what I mean. So it's the movie, but all the music is the live orchestra.
Yep.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yep.
Yeah, those are really cool.
I want to say it was a Star Wars Day. May the 4th. I think that's when they actually held that concert. It was like a whole themed thing.
Oh, that's baller. So in any case, not only is this concert at the Joplin Little Theater just to help spread the love, but also it doubles as kind of a fundraising event as well, because the proceeds will be going to the Joplin Little Theater's Historic Preservation Fund. Now, what's pretty interesting about this, I didn't realize this, but the Joplin Little Theater is the oldest continuously operating community theater west of the Mississippi.
That's awesome.
It's the region's oldest one, which is pretty tight.
Yep, that's cool.
That's super cool for this whole region. That's neat. So anyway, all the details at newstalkkzrg.com.
They will be performing Love Shack, so that's enough reason for me to get there.
Oh yeah, the Love Shack. They also have All I Ever Need
Can't
Is
Help
You.
Falling in Love. I wonder if they're going to do the Elvis version or what.
That's interesting. Yeah, maybe. You Can't Stop the Feeling. I Always Love You. Stuff like that. So they got it all. Details at newstalkkzrg.com. In other news, we had this in the cast, but a fire broke out just yesterday morning at a large chicken barn at Zebra Drive and Mulberry Road at around 10 in the morning. So the barn was designed to hold thousands of chickens, which isn't good. So this is just another stark reminder. Again, unfortunately, the reality is sometimes bad things happen, like fires that nobody was expecting. We had that fire on Black Cat Road on Friday, last Friday. That was a reclaiming metals plant. And, dude, that's a fire you don't want to be around. Local firefighters were sent to the hospital after that because there were so many chemicals. So many chemicals in that factory that it was not safe for them to be breathing it in, even with all their oxygen apparatuses that they bring in with them. Now, all the fire department personnel that were sent there, according to the Joplin Fire Department, were completely fine and back at it, and nothing happened to them. They were all good. They just went as a precautionary measure. But that's crazy. I mean, seeing these factory fires or chicken plant fires, nobody wants to mess with that.
And that's why, I mean, this is kind of a rabbit trail off topic thing, but like we're talking about the AI data centers, and like if that doesn't go in, what else is going to go in? Like you have a chance of like chemical plants and stuff going in if the data center doesn't go in, and fires and chemical plants don't mix. So like those are the environmental impacts that you have to worry about if the data center doesn't go in.
Right.
So I mean, there's always give and take in those.
But then, the things you have to consider if the data center does go in is it's not much of a job creator. Nope. I mean, the largest data centers in the country employ a max of 100 people. So the one that if Joplin does get one, it's probably going to employ 20 people, maybe. You know what I mean? So like, but then you have to weigh. You have to weigh. Do you want that or chemical fires?
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you want jobs and the potential of chemical fires, or maybe higher utility costs and no jobs?
Right.
But the utility cost thing is not a thing. It's going to be the water, taking the water out. The water level.
Yeah, and that's something we've spoken with everyone you can think of. We spoke with Missouri State Senator Joe Carter. We've spoken with state representatives. We've spoken with the mayor. We even spoke with Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe live on News Talk KZRG's morning show earlier this week. And we asked about these potential of rising utility costs, and every single one of them told us the same thing.
The bill blocks it.
Which is that Senate Bill 4 that was passed last year and written into law. It's a Missouri law. It states that any company that wants to build a data center, they have to, out of their own pocket, pay for the upgrades to the infrastructure, to the water, and to the electricity to make sure that the local electric company, whether it's publicly owned or not, doesn't have to raise rates to pay for that upgraded infrastructure required to power and provide water to a data center. Now, I'm not saying I'm for the data center. There's still a lot of questions and a lot of concerns that I personally have about it, right? But that was interesting. Now, the question really then becomes, well, do you believe them? Do you believe the governor? Do you believe
the question.
Senator Carter? Do you believe Liberty Utilities? Do you believe the mayor? Do you believe? Then it just comes down to a leap of faith.
The problem with it is there are certain people in that list that you just named that I do sort of trust, and there's a few companies and people in that list that I don't.
Few companies. I named one company.
Yeah, not to name names,
but. So anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. Just food for thought. Think about it. I'm not a data center shill. I'm not saying pro data center.
Do you think this is a topic where it doesn't matter what information comes out, nobody's going to sway their opinion? Like, do you think it's one of those, or do you think people can be swayed on this?
I think that politicians and certain electric companies.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm talking about everyday, like.
No. What I'm saying, though, is I think that certain politicians in general, and certain corporations have lied and been caught lying to the public so many times that when they do tell the truth on something like this, people just don't believe them. And that is why it's important to be true to your word and be honest with people when you tell them something.
Even if it hurts.
Even if it hurts. Because now that there actually are protections, people don't believe you. Electric companies, and people don't believe you, politicians. And if this is such an important thing for these electric companies and these politicians to get done, guess what? All of your social capital is at zil right now because you've been caught lying to us so often that we just don't believe you. Now I'm not talking about Senator Carter particularly or specifically, or the governor specifically, or the mayor. I'm talking broadly. I know I named names and then I said that. I'm not talking about them specifically. I just mean generally, which I don't think is a crazy idea.
No, I think and then I was kind of going to bring that up. It's not just the local level, and it's mostly at the federal and state level. Like that's
and the corporate level.
Yes, a major corporate level.
Mm-hmm. But what are your thoughts? Leave us an open mic message. We want to hear it. Good morning.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Big tech is in the hot seat as a case has been brought against Meta, alleging they are harmful to our youth. A Stanford psychiatrist testified as an expert witness that Facebook and Instagram's design features are addictive. She even compared them to drugs.
Number 2.
Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach issued an opinion that concludes that Kansas statute granting in-state tuition is to illegal aliens violates federal law. Is it statute or statute?
Yes, they erected a statue of limitations.
A sculpture of limitations.
Number 1.
The Joplin Police Department conducted alcohol compliance checks at 40 local locations. Of the 40, 3 were found to be non-compliant. Those locations were Dave's Mini Mart on Maiden Lane, Casey's on Range Line, and Phillips on 32nd Street. Well, we now know where kids will be getting all that beer from.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What are your thoughts on tech billionaires now fleeing California, making their way cross-country to sunny Florida?
Shocked. I'm shocked.
What? Oh, that's great. Who could have foreseen this happening?
Joe Rogan.
What are your thoughts on tech billionaires fleeing California? We want to know. Leave us an open mic message. We'll play it live on air here for you. Coming up, what's going on with your money on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Looks like we got some wet weather. The next storm heading our way by the end of the week. The bulk of the rain Saturday. Today we're enjoying the sunshine. It is a little bit cooler, 56 today. And tomorrow's another dry day, warming up even more, 64 tomorrow. Friday, a brief shower to 65.
Good morning, everybody. Avery, Sarisa, Valentine's 5. Yeah.
Ted, what are your plans for Valentine's Day?
Working. No, I am actually.
Working night?
No, I'm working all day on Saturday.
What are you doing?
Well, Smith, Ty took off Monday, so Smith has to work Monday. So Smith isn't working Saturday, and Ethan can't cover.
Saturday is not even a real shift, though, so why don't you just... Ethan can't cover? Why don't you have Ben come in? So make it up.
That'll go well. I'm sure that'll go over. Avery said hello. Good morning, Avery.
So what time are you coming in, like 8?
Yeah, probably around there.
That's why you make the big bucks, Ted.
Yeah, that's what they tell me. Avery said, I've fallen asleep to Big Dog before.
Oh, salary. We love it.
Oh, ain't it fun.
I know who else loves it. Gary. He's a real big fan of salary.
What are you referencing?
Gary, he's saying he's taking advantage of the last 4 months of his life because he's worked salary.
Oh, I totally missed that conversation. Yeah. Oh, good for you, Gary. At first, I thought you said chicken bar. Yeah, the chicken bar. Fire at the chicken bar. That'd be pretty funny, actually.
That's actually a good name for a bar. I'd go there. Fire at the chicken bar.
Poor Ted. I am working on venereal diseases. That is true.
My wife's so awesome. She actually said to me, hey, do you want to not do gifts this year? Just do cards and let's go on a date. I was like, hell yeah. That's exactly what I want to do. Get away from the
switch you over.
Saks Fifth Avenue, Bergdorf Goodman, and Neiman Marcus. Saks Global announced Tuesday that it's closing 8 Saks Fifth Avenue stores and 1 Neiman Marcus location. Elon Musk's XAI has lost its second co-founder in 2 days. Influential researcher Jimmy Ba announced his departure in a post on X, thanking Musk and writing that he was grateful to have helped co-found at the start. Ba's departure comes just 1 day after fellow co-founder Tony Wu announced his own exit from XAI, which merged with Musk's aerospace company SpaceX earlier this month. Super Bowl 60 drew a gigantic audience, but it had to settle for coming in just behind last year's record setter. According to Nielsen, NBC and Peacock's telecast averaged just shy of 125 million viewers. That's a 2% decline from last year's game on Fox. NBC did set an all-time record for peak viewership, with 137.8 million viewers tuning in during the second quarter. That's your money now.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Be sure to tune in to News Talk KZRG every weekday from 9 to 11 to hear what's going on with me, Chris Plant, on News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Just before 6:30, it's Ted Bojorquez.
Lucas Davis.
News Talk KZRG, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. Steve Scott, he's not here today, and I'm sure you're wondering why.
Yeah, we are.
I'll actually tell you why. He was texting me last night. He told me that he informed Mrs. Steve that he forgot to make plans for Valentine's Day.
She knocked him out.
And then I told him, please, brother, stay safe out there.
She black-eyed him.
And I haven't heard back from him since. He just didn't show up today.
She black-eyed him.
So I don't know what's going on, but if you see a man wandering aimlessly through the streets in yesterday's clothes with the 5 o'clock shadow,
with his
Steve
jaw
was thrown
wired
out
shut.
with his jaw broken. Steve was thrown out of the house and is seeking refuge elsewhere.
That's why he can't get on the radio. He can't talk. His jaw's wired shut.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Valentine's Day plans, News Talk KZRG, we want to help you out if you're like Steve and you forgot to make plans. We are giving away chocolate-covered strawberries from Candy House Gourmet in Joplin. We're giving them away to you for free. Today, you have 2 chances to win them at 7:10 in about 40 minutes?
Yep.
Yeah, in about 40 minutes here. That's some quick math for you. We're going to be giving away a trivia question. The first one to text us at 417-782-1310 with the correct answer will be walking away with these sweet, delectable treats. And at 7:50, when we do our Ghetto Tacos trivia question, not only will you be winning lunch, but you'll also be winning chocolate-covered strawberries from Candy House. Good morning. Lucas, that's your cue.
Yeah, it's computer is just not. Okay, it's 6:30. I'm Lucas Davis.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG. Where's Nancy?
Bam, faces questions.
Iran says sorry. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. We are heading for a high of 65. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following KZRG Sports at 6:38. It's clear in the 4-state area, 35 in Neosho, 36 in Pittsburgh, 39 in Galena, and 35 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. The federal government is working with local police to investigate the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie.
White House officials say President Trump continues to receive updates about the case along with his FBI director and attorney general. Here's White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
His initial reaction, of course, as all Americans, is just pure disgust. And again, it's heartbreaking to see now this footage really bring to life a story we've all been reading about.
The White House has from the beginning, along with law enforcement, continued to encourage the public's help in finding Nancy Guthrie. The White House posting, quote, "The president encourages any American across the country with any knowledge of this suspect to please call the FBI, who continue to assist state and local authorities. The prayers of the entire White House are with the Guthrie family."
The Attorney General set to face questions from lawmakers on the Epstein files.
Several lawmakers have gone to the Department of Justice to look at the unredacted Epstein files. Attorney General Pam Bondi is set to testify before the House Judiciary Committee as the DOJ has released numerous files with redactions and will take questions from lawmakers. Democratic Caucus Vice Chair Ted Lieu is encouraging anyone in the Epstein files whose name is redacted to come forward now.
They may want to do that before the storm hits.
Some lawmakers are encouraging the Trump administration to not grant clemency to Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell, who's currently serving a 20-year prison sentence. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
After the protests, an apology from the president of Iran.
President Masoud Pezeshkian apologized to all those affected by the nationwide demonstrations against the regime and the bloody crackdown that ended it. But he did so without directly acknowledging that his own security forces had a hand in the bloodshed. President Pezeshkian was speaking at a ceremony to mark Iran's 1979 Islamic Revolution. He denounced what he called Western propaganda surrounding the protests. With the US continuing to put pressure on Iran over its nuclear and military programs, President Pezeshkian insisted his nation wasn't seeking nuclear weapons. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
It's 35 at 6:33 on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG.
One of the most talked about pieces of movie memorabilia has now surfaced at the Titanic Museum attraction in Branson. News Talk KZRG's Steve Smith with more.
The ornate wooden panel known to moviegoers as the Door featured prominently in the Oscar winner The Titanic. It's now the focal point of a new display at the Titanic Museum. The panel is an integral character in the Titanic movie and one of the most talked about props in Hollywood history. It helped save the character Rose from drowning when the Titanic sank. Many have speculated if it could have saved Jack too, if only he had climbed on it. You can think about that at the display in Branson. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
I'm going to let that play all day. Celine can belt it. But listen, I don't care what anyone says. He definitely would have fit on that door. You, me, and Steve could all fit on that door.
Mythbusters proved it.
Yep. Rooting out foreign fraud, Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley says he's committed to sniffing it all out.
More and more Americans are rightly concerned about the use of their tax dollars and where their tax money is being spent around the country. You know, I've often thought, watching and reading reports here in recent months, that if you are a hardworking American taxpayer, if you're somebody who wakes up every morning, goes to your job, plays by the rules, pays your taxes, you must feel like such an idiot. I mean, you must feel so taken advantage of.
Hawley says it's time for some accountability. It's 35 at 6:35. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG.
Two bills that target immigrants who send money out of the country are currently moving through the Missouri legislature. The bill would make financial institutions verify the immigration status of individuals sending electronic money transfers to recipients outside the U.S. Banks in the state would not be permitted to transfer money overseas if the sender is an immigrant lacking permanent legal status. Both bills stipulate violations would result in a penalty against the institution of 25% of the amount transferred and would be deposited into the Missouri Disaster Fund.
The 2026 Winter Olympics have started off hot. Michelle Polino has more.
The Winter Olympics are giving NBC Universal a much bigger draw than the 2022 Winter Games. Friday's opening ceremony and the first full day of competition on Saturday delivered strong audiences based on preliminary Nielsen ratings and streaming data from Adobe Analytics. Viewership is up more than 60% compared to the same 2 days of the 2022 Olympics in Beijing, China. The surge is being driven by major streaming growth on Peacock and less pronounced time zone differences between the host cities Milan and Cortina in Italy and the United States. The opening ceremony averaged 21.4 million viewers across NBC and Peacock. On Saturday, the audience climbed to a combined 28.5 million viewers for live afternoon events. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In prep basketball, Republic boys beat Neosho 59-44. The Webb City boys beat Carthage 55-46. Trey Turner led Webb City with 13 points, while Jonah Barra had 20 for the Tigers. The Webb City girls earned a 68-46 win over Carthage. Abby Sargent had 17 for the Cardinals, and Hallie Endicott had 22 for the Tigers. Hillcrest beat the Carl Junction boys 74-70. The New Heights Christian boys earned a 73-43 win over Thomas Jefferson. Ben Schumacher had 21 for the Cougars, and Jack Twist had 20 for the Cavs. The New Heights girls beat Thomas Jefferson 47-25. Tonight, Joplin boys take on Miami. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG. Your news is brought to you by Kansas City University. KCU Joplin is hiring dentists and full-time staff to join their dental education team. Local dentists can make a lasting impact, full-time, part-time, or even one day a week. Apply now at kansascity.edu/jobs. I'm Lucas Davis.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. And on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. And now KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Looks like we got some wet weather. The next storm heading our way by the end of the week. The bulk of the rain Saturday. Today we're enjoying the sunshine. It is a little bit cooler, 56 today. And tomorrow's another dry day, warming up even more, 64 tomorrow. Friday, a brief shower or two possible, 65. More widespread rain, though, Saturday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
The KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing mostly clear skies. It's 35 in Joplin, 36 in Pittsburgh, 34 in the Galena area, 37 in Grove, and 34 in Neosho. 100 weather updates every 24 hours on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and also on your smart speaker. It's News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time, 640.
Valentine's Day. Sure, it's great for couples, but what if you're home alone, just looking at junk that reminds you of an ex? For you, February 14th can be Dumpster Day. Erase any sign of that loser with the help of Big John's roll-off service.
Big John's.
We call it therapeutic separation cleaning, and nothing will make you feel better this dumpster day than getting your own chocolates and getting rid of your ex's junk. It's good for the soul and will save you space. This February 14th, celebrate Dumpster Day with Big John's roll-off service.
Hey, it's John.
And Claire.
Roll-off service.
Good morning, everybody.
Therapeutic separation cleaning. We can drop off the right size roll-off to help you get the fresh.
Hey, Gary, what's going on?
At 417
Doc is in the house.
0663 or go to bigjohnsrolloff.com and get your flat rate upfront price today.
That's funny, Teresa. Hey, we said I forgot I changed my wallpaper on my PC to League of Legends splash art. I know nothing about League of Legends and wasn't shown. Oh, did you like Arcane, Avery? I have a good friend of mine is watching Arcane right now. My friend used to play League of Legends. She's played a bunch as a kid, I guess. She's been watching Arcane. She says that she likes it, but I don't know. To be honest, it didn't look that interesting to me. And I say that as someone that used to play League of Legends. When I was in college, dude, League of Legends is awesome. I'm sorry. I'll say it. It's nerdy. Throw rocks at me. I'm fine with that. I loved League of Legends. My freshman year of college and a little bit my sophomore year, oh, dude, I was all night in it. But as someone that played the game, Arcane did not look that interesting to me.
I know how, because I've done my homework. I'm the chief carpetologist. Tyler's Carpet in the Neosho. See, they're adding a good numbers. Where did you get that smile? Shopping family dental.
Oh, you like it? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I might give it a shot. I'm a little distracted right now rewatching the Alien franchise. So I did Aliens, the sequel, yesterday. Or excuse me, not yesterday, this weekend, I mean. It was pretty good. I liked it a lot. It's crazy because the original Alien is sort of a slow burn horror. Aliens is like, I mean, it's still a horror movie for sure, but it's more of a thriller. It's very actiony. Gary said I play Call of Duty. Which COD are you playing, Gary? And Gary, let me ask you this: Have you been playing Helldivers? Because I've been playing a lot of Helldivers. If you like Call of Duty, Gary, Helldivers, it is third person, it is a little different, but if you like fast-paced shooters, dude, Helldivers is the game to play.
right here on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
6:43. That's the KZRG news time. 35 in Joplin, 34 in Pittsburgh, 33 in Baxter Springs, 34 in Neosho. Hey, today is shaping up to be a pretty decent day. Not quite as unseasonably decent as we had earlier this week, but not too bad. We have a high today of 58, clear skies. 37 is tonight's low. Tomorrow, we have a high of 61, overnight lows of 43. And on Friday, we have a high of 64, overnight lows of 49. 20% chance of light rain on Friday. So just watch out for that. Keep that in mind. News Talk KZRG, we do in fact have 100 weather updates every 24 hours. So stay tuned to AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9 for all the weather update details that you need. Or you could check out the Zimmer Storm Center app, totally free to download in the App Store. KZRG's meteorologist Terry Smith, she'll be joining us live at around 7:25 for a deeper look. Hey, speaking of deep fake fraud, it has evolved into an industrial scale operation. This, according to experts now sounding the alarm, saying this is well past the Nigerian prince scam. This is getting really, really scary. Apparently, AI has gotten so good and AI tools are now so readily available to just anybody and their mother. Pretty much anyone can now create sophisticated scams targeting individuals and organizations worldwide from anywhere on the planet, and they can do so with finesse that was only previously possible by the most advanced crime syndicates in the world. You know, the classic Mission Impossible crime syndicates that they're fighting, those guys were the guys that could do the really good deep fake stuff. Now, some loser in a Singaporean basement can do it, and they can hack you and your mother and your grandmother and the hospital. I mean, pretty much anything. Anyone can make these really sophisticated things, which is pretty scary. Now, the common way that we will see this new evolution of it are famous people, actually. One of the more common scams that we're now seeing with deepfake AIs is these fake commercials and ads that pop up on Facebook or Instagram or Truth Social or whatever social media platform you're on with deep-faked actors and actresses and athletes or even politicians promoting things like investment firms or promoting things like, hey, buy gold, and this is the firm to buy gold from. And you go, oh, my gosh, former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee is promoting gold from this firm? Sure, I'll click that link. I'll give them my money and buy gold because this seems legit. I know that guy. And it turns out former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee never did promote that specific program or company to buy gold from. Turns out it was a deep fake, and that company isn't real, and you just got scammed out of $400 or whatever you put into it. So that's something that is now becoming a major thing. Look out for those style of advertisings. Something else you need to look out for if something that's kind of scary, deep faking the voice of someone you know and love, doing the classic, hey, it's me, your mom, I'm in a Turkish prison, I need your Amex card, you got to bail me out. Well, before it sounded pretty fake, now they sound pretty darn real. So those are other ways that these deep fake scams have gotten just more and more advanced. And by the way, this is not just in America. This is a worldwide issue. There was a story last year. This one is crazy, by the way, which is why I picked it out, because I was like, holy cow. Last year, a finance officer at a Singaporean multinational company. This is an official at a high-level company, a high-level official. He paid out nearly $500,000 to scammers during what he believed was a legitimate video call with his boss. Scammers use AI deepfakes to have a live video conference call with this guy, and he thought it was so real that he thought his boss was saying, hey, wire $500,000 to this whatever. As your boss, I order you to do it. He went, well, that's my boss. I hear his voice. I see his face on the video call. He's talking to me. Let's do it. And he did. And scammers got $500,000 out of that company. That's the level of fraud, deep fake fraud we're talking about. It's not just the Nigerian prince email scam with 1,000 typos and the most broken English you've ever heard. No, they're doing live video conference deep fakes now, which is crazy. In the UK, apparently consumers lost about £9.4 billion, which is like 10 point something billion dollars, to fraud in just 9 months leading up to November of 2025, which is nuts. Another story that was pretty wild is apparently, and this is where it gets very sort of 4D chess levels here. Apparently some fraudsters and scammers, and this is for you local business owners, and this is for you hiring managers in the 4 states area. Apparently fraudsters are using deep fake AI, or they're using regular AI to create resumes to be hired into your company. And then you as the hirer will say, hey, your resume looks great. I see you live out of state, though. Are you willing to relocate? And they say, yes, of course we're willing to relocate. They said, great. Let's hop on a video conference call right now, and let's chat a little bit. So then they use the deepfake AIs to do a live video conference. And you as a hiring manager or as a local business owner looking to hire someone, you might say to yourself, yeah, hey, I talked to them. Yes, they live out of state. No, I didn't meet them in person, but we had a video call. It was live, so I know they're real, and they look like a good fit. Let's hire them. And then they go, great, I'm hired. I'll need some info from the company to get my paycheck set up and to get all these set up. And then, bam, now they have information about your corporation or your local company that they wouldn't normally have been able to get access to, and they can use that to scam you out of your money or to put in some sort of virus that they then hold for ransom, sort of ransomware situation.
How long until we are completely cooked by AI?
It's done. We are cooked.
That's what
currently.
I'm saying.
Turn us over. We're done on this side.
It's to the point, I had to tell my dad, if you see a video, even if it's flawless, and it looks like something you've never seen before, like something unnatural, that's AI.
The whole well is poison.
You have to just know. Yeah, it's like from now on, anything that I see, oh, that's a cool video, I've never seen that before, I'm just assuming that's AI because there's no way, if I haven't seen it yet, it's not real.
Yeah, the whole well is poison. I really do believe, I envision a future by 2027 where unless the video was made in 2016 or sooner, I'm assuming it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to resort to the ancient archives of the internet to actually figure out what's real and what's not. I don't think anything new is real.
One of the easiest ways for me is that AI almost looks, the videos look too perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're too just perfectly shaped, rounded.
The lighting is
it
too
looks
good.
better than reality.
Right.
It looks, the lighting is too good.
Right.
I don't know, dude. I think, but like you said, I think we're cooked. I think boomers have no idea how to tell the difference between what's AI and what's not. And pretty soon it's going to get to the point where even people that grow up with it are not going to be able to tell because it's so good.
Not to pick on boomers here, but I saw a very funny tweet where from a millennial, and they said, we grew up being told, don't believe everything you see on the internet. And now boomers are on Facebook believing everything they see on the internet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which I thought, again, not to pick on you boomers, sorry, but internet literacy is a problem cross-generationally, including the older generation.
Boomers don't need to feel bad for long because pretty soon no one's going to be able to tell what's real and what's not.
No, I agree with that. KZRG News Time 6:51. What are your thoughts, though? Do you think we're cooked? Do you think it's too late? Do you think we just need to get rid of the internet? Is the whole well poisoned at this point? To me, the internet right now is like, imagine you're a survivor in the wasteland and you find a giant mountain of canned food and somebody opens one of the cans and eats it and gets poisoned and die. Do you take that risk and open up another can and you eat it and go, well, hopefully it's fine? To me, I wouldn't. I think the well is poison. I can't trust any of it.
Nah, I'll check for botulism. I'll trust it.
What would you do? Text us at 417-782-1310.
Make sure the can's not bloated.
KZRG News Time 6:52.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Big Tech is in the hot seat as a case has been brought against Meta alleging they are harmful to our youth. A Stanford psychiatrist testified as an expert witness that Facebook and Instagram's design features are addictive. She even compared them to drugs.
Number 2.
Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach issued an opinion that concludes that a Kansas statute granting in-state tuition to illegal aliens violates federal law.
Number 1.
The Joplin Police Department conducted alcohol compliance checks at 40 local locations. Of the 40, 3 were found to be non-compliant. Those locations were Dave's Mini Mart on Maiden Lane, Casey's on Rangeline, and Phillips on 32nd. And now we know where all those kids been getting that beer from.
Really quickly, Avery on our KZRG video live stream sponsored by Fast Monkey Auto and Liberty Tree Guns. Avery said people on Tumblr are already doing that, Ted. They look at the date, and if it was posted on the 2018-ish or earlier, that's how they know it's not AI. Look at that. I think Tumblr, Reddit, and 4chan are the tip of the spear of the internet, honestly.
I didn't even know Tumblr was still around.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What are your thoughts on tech billionaires fleeing California? We want to know your thinking. Leave us an open mic message. We'll play it live on air here. Or you can text us at 417-782-1310. Or you could also do what Avery did. Hop on our video live stream. Leave us a comment there. Coming up, Sean Hannity's Morning Minute. You can tune in to Sean every single weekday starting at 2. Live here on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Looks like we got some wet weather. The next storm heading our way by the end of the week. The bulk of the rain Saturday. Today it's a little bit cooler, 56 today. And tomorrow's another dry day, warming up even more, 64 tomorrow. Friday, a brief shower or two possible, 65. More widespread rain, though.
Good morning. Lucas, say what you just said.
I said these tech billionaires that are jumping ship aren't doing any good because it's not like they're going to be Elon Musk where he goes and has some epiphany and starts being a Republican again. 90% of them, or a Republican in general, 90% of them, if not more, are going to go to whatever state they go to, and they're going to fund whatever local Democrat politician just to make that state the same as the state they left.
Well, I have a counter theory to that.
Well, let's hear it, because I'm all for it.
All right, here's my counter theory. I think that ultimately these tech billionaires aren't as politically motivated as people think they are, minus maybe George Soros. I think that they are motivated by the dollar and growing their company, and I think that they will support and back whichever party is in power that will help them out. Point in case, when Biden was in power, dude, Facebook was all in on the gay stuff. Trump got in power, Marky Mark was at the inauguration. Mark started donating to Trump. Whoever's in power, they don't care about politics. They don't care about these social dynamics. They care about money. They care about their company. And they will back and wear social camouflage of whatever party and group they need to in order to not hurt their bottom dollar. That's what I think is more likely. So if they move to Florida, I think they're going to start playing ball with whoever's in charge, which right now is Republicans. The same way they started playing ball with the Trump administration pretty darn quickly. I mean, Tim Cook gave Trump a golden iPhone, for crying out loud.
Yeah, but Trump's an outlier.
Maybe, and Trump is an outlier, that is true. But I don't think it's an outlier, and I don't think it's a coincidence that these giant corporations happen to be on the side of whoever's in charge at the time.
But I think most of them are going to move to, because Florida's a diehard red state. I think they're going to move to, like, Texas. Because Texas, there's places now that are starting to turn purple and blue. Like, I think they're going to start...
Texas, to be fair, Texas has always had that. And also, to be fair, Florida was purple for, like, 15 years before it went red.
Yeah, but they're hardcore red now.
They are.
I don't see that stopping anytime soon.
I didn't think they were ever going to not be purple.
Unless exactly what I says happens. They flood Florida and flood money into the Democrats.
I think it's more likely that Democrat voters, average Americans, would do that. I think tech billionaires, though, I think they care way too much about money. I don't think they're going to tie themselves up with a party thing.
I think you're giving liberals way too much credit. I think they can't get out of their emotions enough.
What do you mean?
I think liberals love being liberal. Like, I think...
No, liberal voters, yeah, I think they will have to
I just think
leave.
liberals in general. Like, liberals with money, they've got to have a cause, too.
I don't think tech billionaires are liberals. I think that they're money.
It depends on if they're real liberals.
They're corporations.
I'll give you if they're not liberals, but if they're, like, the founder... say...
No, who's somebody other than Elon?
Mark?
Bezos?
Sure, Bezos.
Do you think Bezos, like buying the Washington Post and all that, do you think that, and keeping it afloat, because I mean that's a liberal rag, do you think that's something similar as to donating to left politicians if you're supporting left propaganda?
Well, notice, by the way, when Trump got elected, Bezos announced in the Washington Post, or he didn't do it, but the Washington Post suddenly had a change of heart and said no more op-eds the way we were doing them. And because somebody made a really critical article against Trump. That was big news that the Washington Post shifted out of that. And they announced, and that was a big story because all these liberal reporters started quitting.
But do you think
protest.
that's worse? Or do you think
but that's evidence of my point, that they will go with whatever party's in charge, these billionaires. It's not about politics. Oh, they were a liberal rag. It was all opinion. And then suddenly Trump gets inaugurated, and hey, we're not doing all that anymore.
Using Trump, Trump is an outlier. Like Trump, for some reason, people are afraid of Trump. Like that doesn't happen with every Republican president.
I think that money talks more than politics walk.
Month, unlimited talk and text and plenty of data. No contract, no cancellation fee. Just dial pound 250. Say the keyword save now. You save an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250. Keyword save now. Make the switch to Pure Talk.
Just before 7. Coming up in about 10 minutes here, just after the news at around 7:10. We are giving away a trivia question. If you hear it and text the correct answer to 417-782-1310, you will be in the running for chocolate-covered strawberries from Candy House Gourmet in Champlin in honor of Valentine's Day. We want to help you out. Get ready for that trivia question and get your phones ready. Good morning.
The four states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Market. It's 7 o'clock.
A man detained, then questioned. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That is the big development in the Nancy Guthrie case.
So right now, all I know is that they show my in-law a picture of somebody wearing a mask or something, and they supposedly look like my eyes.
Right. Okay.
That's it. That's all I know.
That's Carlos Palazuelos talking to Fox's Matt Finn after he was released and his home was searched, saying they had asked him where he was around the time of the Guthrie kidnapping and took his phone.
He says he's a free man. He wants his name cleared. He doesn't want to be associated with the Guthrie case. So it's not quite clear what investigators got from this search. Perhaps they'll be able to extract something from his cell phone or, I don't know, perhaps DNA.
Fox's Matt Finn outside Carlos's home in Rio Rico, Arizona, south of Tucson.
Really, we're kind of back to square one in the sense that there's no identified suspects, no identified persons of interest at this point, and no arrests.
And it's day 11 of the Nancy Guthrie search. A lot of people are rescheduling flights to and from El Paso, Texas, after the FAA late last night canceled all flights for 10 days.
Commercial airlines operating out of El Paso are being informed of the restriction, which appears to be security related. This is the first time all flights to and from a major airport in the U.S. have been grounded since after the 9/11 terror attacks.
Fox's Todd Pyro. In Western Canada, they're trying to figure out why. After a shooting spree in a small town of Tumbler Ridge at a school that left 8 people dead, including the shooter.
Police believe 2 more bodies found at a nearby home are connected. A woman who officers think was the shooter died of what's described as a self-inflicted injury. Around 24 others were injured. One student described classmates barricading themselves in their classroom with chairs and tables.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. We'll get a big update of the economy later this hour. The jobs report pushed back from last Friday by last week's partial government shutdown, expecting to show a hiring slowdown from December. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. We're heading for a high of 58. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following KZRG Sports at 7:08. It's clear in the 4-state area. It is 34 in Neosho, 35 in Pittsburgh, 34 in Galena, 34 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker News Talk KZRG. Thousands of chickens are dead.
The cause, a massive fire at a chicken house, a chicken barn near the Stark City area near the Newton-Berry County line. Yesterday morning, firefighters from multiple different units responded and battled that blaze for over 5 hours. That barn that was destroyed is designed to hold more than 12,000 chickens. Tyson Foods has been called in now to remove their carcasses. No other injuries were reported. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
Investigating Bad Bunny? West Central Missouri Congressman Mark Alford says they have some questions about his halftime show lyrics.
From what we have seen from Bad Bunny are very disturbing. These lyrics, if it is true what was said on national television, we have a lot of questions for the entities that broadcast this, and we'll be talking with Brendan Carr from the SEC about this. But this could be much worse than the Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction. Let's put it that way.
Alford believes it was all intentional and that things they couldn't have said if they were all in English.
Probing the rampant fraud in Minnesota and beyond. I thought everybody forgot about that. Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley says he's committed to sniffing it out.
We're talking about billions and billions and billions of dollars. It is an ungodly sum of money. It's money leaving the country in suitcases, literally stashed into suitcases, taken in airports, taken overseas. We're talking about a systemic problem here, particularly in these blue states, where the taxpayers is being robbed blind. You got to feel like if you work hard and pay taxes in this country, you're just getting ripped off left, right, and center.
Hawley says enough is enough. It's time to root out the dark money and shut down the foreign influence. It is 34-704. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG.
A Missouri Senate bill would create a purple alert system, similar to an Amber Alert that would be activated whenever someone with developmental disabilities goes missing. The sponsor, Republican Senator Jamie Berger of Scott County, says it would also set up a structure to help law enforcement officers properly respond to a situation.
For people with disabilities, sometimes they're not recognized. And basically, they would carry a purple envelope with them. They would get stopped. They could give that purple envelope to the officer that stops them to make them aware of their possible disabilities or what their life is like, so they are aware of that.
The bill has been assigned to the state Senate Transportation Committee, though a hearing has not yet been scheduled.
Shooting his neighbor has earned a man from McDonald County a decade in prison. 46-year-old Ryan Stabino admitted to assault and endangering the welfare of a child charges after he shot his neighbor in the arm after they had an argument over vehicle repairs. Stabino then pointed his gun at a woman and her 3 kids.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In prep basketball, Republic boys beat Neosho 59-44. The Webb City boys beat Carthage 55-46. Trey Turner led Webb City with 13 points, while Jonah Barra had 20 for the Tigers. The Webb City girls earned a 68-46 win over Carthage. Abby Sargent had 17 for the Cardinals, and Hallie Endicott had 22 for the Tigers. Hillcrest beat the Carl Junction boys 74-70. The New Heights Christian boys earned a 73-43 win over Thomas Jefferson. Ben Schumacher had 21 for the Cougars, and Jack Twist had 20 for the Cavs. The New Heights girls beat Thomas Jefferson 47-25. Tonight, Joplin boys take on Miami. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG. Your news is brought to you by Kansas City University. KCU Joplin is hiring dentists and full-time staff to join their dental education team. Local dentists can make a lasting impact, full-time, part-time week. Apply now at kansascity.edu/jobs. I'm Lucas Davis.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 7:30. Breaking news as it happens. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. And now KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. The sun is shining. The temperature's mild, 56 today. Getting warmer tomorrow, 64. And a brief shower possible Friday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is a service of Zimmer Marketing. Make 2026 your year of growth. Update your marketing plan when you partner with Zimmer Marketing and see for yourself why it just works.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing clear in the 4-state area. It's 34 in Neosho, 35 in Pittsburgh, 34 in Galena, 34 in Joplin. 100 weather updates every 24 hours on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time, 7:08.
If you're a senior in Joplin in need of care, don't sit in a waiting room full of sick patients. Skip the costly ER and choose AFC Urgent Care Joplin. Our doctors listen and care and offer extended hours, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. weekdays and 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekends. Just walk in or book online at afcurgentcare.com. We accept most insurance, Medicare, and Medicaid. Find us behind Starbucks at 3rd and Rangeline or call 417-536-4232. AFC Urgent Care Joplin. The right care right now.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-884-1012 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-884-1012. That's 800-884-1012. What do you have to lose? Call 800-884-1012. Again, 800-884-1012.
Crime is already skyrocketing in 2026. You may already own a firearm, but before you face the financial, legal, and emotional weight of pulling the trigger, there's a smarter option. Byrna. That's B-Y-R-N-A. Byrna makes less lethal launchers that fire tear gas and kinetic rounds designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to escape and call for help without deadly consequences. Their best-selling compact launcher is sleek, slim, and incredibly powerful. About the size of a smartphone, it's ideal for concealed carry, comfortable, discreet, and confidence building. It fires at 400 feet per second with serious stopping power, enough to shut down a threat fast without the legal and moral complexity of lethal force. Byrna is proudly American. Over 85% of components are U.S. sourced, and every launcher is hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. With over 750,000 sold worldwide, Byrna is best in class, and it's legal in all 50 states. No background checks, shipped straight to your door. Visit Byrna.com today and find the right launcher for your family. That's BYRNA.com.
News, weather, politics. Live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. News Talk KZRG. Depend on it. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
7:10 is the KZRG News Time. Ted Bojorquez and Lucas Davis. Steve Scott is doing a little R&R. He'll be back in the saddle tomorrow. We have a high today of 58, overnight lows of 37. Tomorrow, we have a high of 61, overnight lows of 43. Currently, it's 34 in Joplin, 36 in Pittsburgh, 34 in Galena, 36 in Wyandotte, and 32 in the Neosho area. News Talk KZRG is going to be joined live by Terry Smith at around 7:25. Well, Valentine's Day is this Saturday, and if you forgot to get that special someone a special something, News Talk KZRG, we are here to help you out. We are giving away chocolate-covered strawberries from Candy House Gourmet in Joplin, and we are giving away a box right now. Here's how you win it. We're going to give out a trivia question right now, and the first one to text us the correct answer at 417-782-1310 will be walking away with these chocolate-covered strawberries. Here's the question. In physics, what does FTL stand for? FTL, what does it stand for in the physics realm?
PC load letter, what does that mean?
FTL. In physics, what does it stand for? The first one to text us at 417-782-1310. The correct answer, walking away with some chocolate-covered strawberries from Candy House Gourmet in Joplin for Valentine's Day. That's awesome. All right, let's get into some news here. You just heard it. We were talking in the newscast. Oklahoma Congressman, West Central Missouri Congressman Mark Alford says that he has a lot of concerns about the Bad Bunny halftime performance. And he thinks that our government should investigate the Bad Bunny halftime performance. Take a listen to what Missouri U.S. Congressman Mark Alford had to say.
From what we have seen from Bad Bunny are very disturbing. These lyrics, if it is true what was said on national television, we have a lot of questions for the entities that broadcast this, and we'll be talking with Brendan Carr from the SEC about this. But this could be much worse than the Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction. Let's put it that way.
I mean, what are your thoughts on a Missouri congressman spending the time to investigate the Bad Bunny performance?
Let it go.
Right?
Who cares?
Very page 60.
The only way this is worse than the Janet Jackson thing is if you make it worse than the Janet Jackson thing.
Right.
Who knows what that guy even said? Nobody does. You had to look up the lyryrics.
I know, you had to look up.
Spanish speakers didn't even know what he said.
Yeah.
Who cares?
And by the way, that is true. Apparently, Spanish-speaking people that watch the show couldn't understand Bad Bunny because he slurs so much and the slang he uses.
Yeah.
And his accent is so thick they couldn't even understand him. So, to me, I agree, Lucas. He's kind of looking for a fight in that you had to
nothing
Google.
better to worry about. You got nothing better to worry about. And this is what I'm talking about. We have so many problems going on in our country with affordability and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you're worried about? Who cares?
And fraud.
Yeah. The blatant fraud that somebody, for some reason, just everybody forgot about, apparently. Like all the lawmakers. Nobody cares about what's going on in Minnesota anymore. And surprisingly, that's when all the ICE shootings and all that happened, the protests. Surprisingly, it was only in the major state that had all the fraud in it. So, I mean,
interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. You do with that information
But no,
what you
Mr.
want.
Bunny, we need to get.
Yeah, we got to figure out what he said and if those lyrics were appropriate. Guess what? Those kids aren't offended because they have no idea what he said.
Yeah, and by the way, even if they were offensive, what happened to sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me? I mean, wasn't that the thing that conservatives were yelling from the rooftops when the snowflakes were all upset about language hurts and you can't say that word? Well, it kind of goes both ways, and that's a philosophy that I agreed with conservatives on during that movement because that's ridiculous. Yes, words can't hurt me. Get over it. And I agreed with conservatives and Republicans when they were saying that to the liberals, and I still agree with it now. Get over it. They're just words. Calm down. If you are offended, turn the TV off. It's that simple. Not that hard.
And a lot of people did. I don't even think, I guarantee you he didn't even watch the Super Bowl halftime show. I guarantee you he didn't even watch it.
Take a listen. Missouri Congressman Mark Alford also had this to say about it.
The NFL purposely wanted a Hispanic star basically to perform at halftime because they're trying to attract more of a Latin America audience. And this is what they delivered.
Right. And by the way, that's exactly what their goal is as a private corporation to attract a certain audience. And if you have a problem with it, don't purchase their product. And by don't purchase their product, I mean don't tune in. What we should do, if Mark Alford is actually upset at the NFL for the Bad Bunny performance, what we should do then is what we did to Bud Light.
Bet you Mark Alford goes to a Kansas City Chiefs game in Kansas.
Guarantee it. If you're really that upset, do to the NFL what we did to Bud Light and protest by not purchasing their product. It's that simple.
None of this is ever going to sink the NFL. The only thing that will ever kill the NFL is gambling. That's the only thing that will ever stop the NFL at this point.
Maybe, but you know what definitely isn't going to sink the NFL is congressmen and the government investigating the Bad Bunny performance.
Oh, it's dumb when government tries to get involved in sports. Who cares?
Small government, baby. Keep the government out of it. This is an issue between the consumer and this private corporation.
This is literally the definition of beating a dead horse. Nobody cares about the Super Bowl halftime show. It's Wednesday. Nobody cares. That was 4 days ago. We're a 24-hour news cycle.
Yeah.
Quit beating a dead horse. No one cares.
Exactly. And in honor of that, we're going to move on from this subject. But what are your thoughts on all this? Give us a text at 417-782.
Hey, Ted, what do you think about Mark Alford and his thoughts on the Super Bowl halftime show?
Moving on to Mark Alford and his thoughts on the halftime show. No, moving on, some local news here. But no, what are your thoughts on all that, though? Please leave us an open mic message. We are curious to field your comments. You can leave that, and we'll play it live on air here. The Joplin Police Department they conducted alcohol compliance checks recently. Now, these compliance checks, obviously, they're aimed at making sure that local businesses that sell and distribute alcohol are not doing it to people under the age of 21. So they conducted these checks on 40 locations at random, and of the 40, 3 of them were found to be non-compliant, and they did, in fact, sell alcohol to those underage.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this because I actually have firsthand experience in this, not as a minor trying to buy alcohol, but as a liquor store CSR, customer service representative. I will tell you.
I'm a CSR, please.
Yeah, the moment, it is so easy to tell when someone underage walks into the liquor store. The moment we had one of these little kids coming in and trying to give us the okie doke, we would just scream at them as soon as they walked to the door, "Get out of here!" And dude, the cops would come in afterwards laughing because those kids would be so just petrified and they're like, just like they were yelled at by their dad or whatever. It was hilarious.
Get scram!
But dude, I don't understand how you fail this because it is blatantly obvious somebody that is 21 or under 21 coming into your store. And how do you not card? Because you're supposed to card everyone.
Right. And by the way, I will say there are some people that are under 21. I knew kids in college that were under 21 that looked definitely like they were over 21. But even so, like
everyone.
A 21-year-old is not looking like a 40-year-old. It doesn't matter how much older or above 21 you look. You're not looking that much older. So if they're on the cusp and you're not sure, just card them. It's not that hard.
I don't know if law or if times have changed at liquor stores or whatever. I mean, it's been about 10, 15 years since I've worked at one, but generally, if anyone under the age of 40 came in, you carded them. And nobody cares because they're there trying to buy liquor and they want to get through line as quickly as possible.
And they know the deal. It's not like the carding thing is new.
Exactly.
We've been doing it
They
for
don't
30
care.
years. Yeah. So the 3 businesses that failed this in Joplin, and we will put them on blast. Dave's Mini Mart on Maiden Lane in Joplin. Casey's General Store on Range Line in Joplin. And Phillips 66 on East 32nd Street in Joplin. Those are the 3 that have failed the check.
Those are generally hefty fines.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, the Phillips 66 on 32nd, that's the one, that's down the street from the Zimmer radio station, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because I think that's the one that they got new management like 2 years ago, and they put on their sign, "Welcome new management," and that's still up there.
That way?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. Okay, if that's literally right around where I live, yeah, that's...
I think that's the one in question.
I go out of my way to go to a different gas station.
So anyway, now you know who's doing it. So parents, keep your kids away from those liquor stores. And kids, there's a place you could probably score some beer for not being 21.
We're joking, law enforcement officers that
of
are
course.
listening.
Don't ever do
Please
that.
Please don't text us and rip us over a new one.
The door's going to get kicked down pretty soon here. Cops are going to be rolling in. So anyway, if you want details on these compliant checks and sort of how they work, and there are some more details on it, you can go to newstalkkzrg.com. KZRG News Time, 7:20.
KZRG's Big 3 on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Big Tech is in the hot seat as a case has been brought against Meta alleging they are harmful to their youth. A Stanford psychiatrist testified as an expert witness that Facebook and Instagram's design features are addictive. She even compared them to drugs.
Number 2.
Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach issued an opinion that concludes that a Kansas statute granting in-state tuition to illegal aliens violates federal law.
Number 1.
The Joplin Police Department conducted alcohol compliance checks at 40 local locations. Of those 40, 3 were found to be non-compliant. Those locations were Dave's Mini Mart on Maiden Lane, Casey's on Range Line, and Phillips on 32nd. Now we know where the kids have been getting them beers from.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What are your thoughts on tech billionaires moving out of California? They're fleeing. What are your thoughts on it? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook. What are your thoughts on these California billionaires fleeing the the state of California? By the way, I looked it up. That is the one that has that sign. Very funny.
Class.
Hey, coming up in just a few moments here, Terry Smith, KZRG's meteorologist, will be joining us live. Good morning.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Looks like we got some wet weather. The next storm heading our way by the end of the week. The bulk of the rain Saturday. Today we're enjoying the sunshine. It is a little bit cooler, 56 today. And tomorrow's another dry day, warming up even more, 64 tomorrow. Friday, a brief shower or two possible, 65. More widespread rain, though, Saturday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
We buy guns, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes. We are the best, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes.
This is Liberty Tree Guns, the best place to sell your firearms. Walk in with a gun. Walk out with money.
We buy guns, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes. We are the best, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes.
Liberty Tree Guns. Across from Lowe's in Carthage. Or visit libertytreeguns.com to start your quote today.
We buy guns, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes. We are the best, oh yes.
In 1884, Community Bank and Trust opened its doors with one mission: to serve the families and businesses in the four-state area. 139 years later, and we're still serving our communities with local banking that feels very different. Visiting Community Bank and Trust feels more like visiting your neighbor. We'll always say hi and welcome you in. We'll always ask you how you are because we care about the answer. And whatever you need help with, our people will always find a way to make it happen. Visit your local Community Bank and Trust branch today to see what we mean. Be sure to ask about our absolutely free checking, the account that gives you all the features you need for 0 monthly fees. No matter which account you choose, you'll also get a free gift card just for banking with us. Stop in today and make the switch to your local employee-owned bank. Community Bank and Trust, where trust is so important, it's in our name. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 580491.
When a cleanup is too tough or sensitive, may be dangerous or tragic, ASOS BioClean is who the professionals call. ASOS BioClean specializes in the toughest cleanups, from crime and trauma scenes to decomposition, hoarding, even infectious disease. They're certified in biorecovery and handle each case safely and discreetly. They also work with funeral directors, sheriff's departments, and coroner offices. And most homeowner insurance will cover the cost of house cleaning. Call ASOS BioClean today at 417-456-4236.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Are you a fraud-paying American? 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans have been victim of identity fraud. With LifeLock, your identity, if it's stolen, they fix it guaranteed or your money back. And last year, billions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job. Gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit lifelock.com. Terms do apply.
This is Buck Sexton. Join me and Clay Travis every weekday from 11 till 2 right here on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
7:26, that's the KZRG News Time. Ted Pahorkas.
Lucas Davis.
And joining us live this morning on the KZRG airwaves is KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. Terry, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm great. How are you guys?
Excellente. How's our weather looking?
You know what? I would say our weather is excelente because I'm just so thrilled to get this mild weather today. It is a little bit cooler today, but still these temperatures are, above normal for this time of year, and it stays like that into the weekend, and it stays like that into next week. And, I don't see temperatures in the upper 40s anytime soon. So if you are liking this warmer weather, I think you're just going to be a happy camper.
All right. That's pretty solid. Rain. Are we expecting any of that?
Yes. Okay. So now today's dry, and tomorrow's dry as well. Now Friday we may get a shower or two. There's a storm that's just off the California coast that's going to be heading in our direction. And right now we don't know exactly the track that it's going to take and exactly how much moisture it will have. But we may get a shower or two Friday. I think if we're going to see the rain, the better chance is more so Friday night and then Saturday. And then it's out of here by Sunday. Sunday's going to be a sunny, dry day with mild temperatures continuing.
All right. Okay. Can we expect anything out of left field? Can we expect the unexpected, Terry?
Yeah, of course we can, because it's the weather. But I really don't see anything too troubling at the moment. Now, we're going to have to watch this low-pressure system as it makes its way from California through the Rockies. And then once it hits the plains, that's when we'll have a better sense of just its impact on us. And that'll be Saturday. So I think by the end of the week, Friday, we'll be able to give you a better sense of how Saturday shapes up.
Terry, do you think we have another frost in us before spring officially gets here?
You know, I would never want to rule that out because, like, right now, our average low temperatures, and that's the average, is 27, right? So either side of 27 is very likely for a while. But I don't see any signs of any really frosty temperatures right now through, like, late February. So we can keep our fingers crossed, but I put my plants outside the other day just to let them get some fresh air and sunshine, but I know I'm going to have to bring them in at some point.
So I told Ted earlier, I said there's always one more lurking around that corner.
There is. Absolutely. We're not to April yet. Once we get to April, I might breathe a little easier, but until then, I am on patrol.
I told him even then, when you get to April, you take that sigh of relief, and then April 6th, here comes a frost.
I hope you're not right about that part of the forecast, Lucas.
If I am, then we got some serious talking to do about a side job.
We really do.
Terry Smith, thank you very much for joining us this morning. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. See you tomorrow.
Have a good one. That was KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith on KZRG's airwaves. Hey, by the way, we're giving away chocolate-covered strawberries from Candy House Gourmet in Joplin in honor of Valentine's Day, which is coming up this Saturday. The first box today we gave away, we asked a trivia question. We asked, what does FTL stand for in the physics world? We said the first person to text us the correct answer at 417-782-1310, getting themselves a box of chocolate-covered strawberries to give to whomever. And we have our winner, and that winner is Sally Hampton. All right. Sally don't need no man. She can get herself a box of chocolate-covered strawberries, gosh darn it. Yeah, Sally texted us the correct answer. FTL in physics stands for faster than light. So there you go. That's the acronym. Shout out to Sally. Sally, we'll give you a ring later on this morning. Congratulations. Coming up after the news, this might shock you. More news.
At 7:31, I'm Lucas Davis.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on KZRG. Where's Nancy?
Don Lemon update.
Ron says sorry. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. We're heading for a high of 58. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith, following KZRG Sports at 7:38. Clear in the four-state area, 34 in Neosho, 36 in Pittsburgh, 34 in Galena, 34 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. The federal government working with local police to investigate the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie.
White House officials say President Trump continues to receive updates about the case along with his FBI director and attorney general. Here's White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
His initial reaction, of course, as all Americans, is just pure disgust. And again, it's heartbreaking to see now this footage really bring to life a story we've all been reading about.
The White House has from the beginning, along with law enforcement, continued to encourage the public's help in finding Nancy Guthrie. The White House posting, quote, "The president encourages any American across the country with any knowledge of this suspect to please call the FBI, who continue to assist state and local authorities. The prayers of the entire White House are with the Guthrie family."
A former U.S. attorney from the Justice Department office prosecuting Don Lemon is now joining Don Lemon's defense team.
Journalist Don Lemon, facing charges over his presence at a protest at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota, has hired Joseph Thompson as a defense attorney. He's the most senior of at least 14 federal prosecutors who've resigned in Minnesota over the handling of immigration cases and the fatal shooting of a protester by a federal agent. He and another prosecutor started their own law firm this week. Lemon, another independent journalist, and 7 of the protesters who were at the church face federal criminal charges. Chris Foster, Fox News.
After the protest, an apology from the president of Iran.
President Masoud Pezeshkian apologized to all those affected by the nationwide demonstrations against the regime and the bloody crackdown that ended it. But he did so without directly acknowledging that his own security forces had a hand in the bloodshed. President Pezeshkian was speaking at a ceremony to mark Iran's 1979 Islamic Revolution. He denounced what he called Western propaganda surrounding the protests. With the US continuing to put pressure on Iran over its nuclear and military programs, President Pezeshkian insisted his nation wasn't seeking nuclear weapons. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
It is 34 at 7:33. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker News Talk KZRG.
One of the most talked about pieces of movie memorabilia has now surfaced at the Titanic Museum in Branson. News Talk KZRG's Steve Smith with more.
The ornate wooden panel known to moviegoers as the Door featured prominently in the Oscar winner The Titanic. It's now the focal point of a new display at the Titanic Museum. The panel is an integral character in the Titanic movie and one of the most talked about props in Hollywood history. It helped save the character Rose from drowning when the Titanic sank. Many have speculated if it could have saved Jack too, if only he had climbed on it. You can think about that at the display in Branson. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
Near, far, where. All right, I'll stop. Examining fraud and foreign influence in state and federal programs, Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley is leading the charge.
Alexander Hamilton warned that foreign powers would try to exploit America's freedoms to sow divisions inside our country. Threats from foreign influence, he said, should never be dismissed as idle or as hypothetical. And today we are confronting a raft of allegations and reports that foreign influence and foreign money is making its way into the American political system.
Hawley says you, the American taxpayer, are being robbed blind. It is 34 at 7:35. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG.
Missouri takes a major step to protect kids from predators. Just yesterday, the Missouri House overwhelmingly passed House Bill 2273, creating the new felony offense of grooming a minor for the first time in state law. The legislation targets adults who engage in a repeated pattern of manipulative or sexualized behavior to build trust with a child and prepare them for exploitation. Missouri State Senator Jill Carter joined the Morning News Watch and said,
that means essentially that somebody who's targeting your child, trying to groom them online, we have sexual exploitation going on online through social media. This will now be a criminal offense.
The 2026 Winter Olympics has started off hot.
The Winter Olympics are giving NBC Universal a much bigger draw than the 2022 Winter Games. Friday's opening ceremony and the first full day of competition on Saturday delivered strong audiences based on preliminary Nielsen ratings and streaming data from Adobe Analytics. Viewership is up more than 60% compared to the same 2 days of the 2022 Olympics in Beijing, China. The surge is being driven by major streaming growth on Peacock and less pronounced time zone differences between the host cities Milan and Cortina in Italy and the United States. The opening ceremony averaged 21.4 million viewers across NBC and Peacock. On Saturday, the audience climbed to a combined 28.5 million viewers for live afternoon events. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In prep basketball, Republic boys beat Neosho 59-44. The Webb City boys beat Carthage 55-46. Trey Turner led Webb City with 13 points, while Jonah Barra had 20 for the Tigers. The Webb City girls earned a 68-46 win over Carthage. Abby Sargent had 17 for the Cardinals, and Hallie Endicott had 22 for the Tigers. Hillcrest beat the Carl Junction boys 74-70. The New Heights Christian boys earned a 73-43 win over Thomas Jefferson. Ben Schumacher had 21 for the Cougars, and Jack Twist had 20 for the Cavs. The New Heights girls beat Thomas Jefferson 47-25. Tonight, Joplin boys take on Miami. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG. Your news is brought to you by Kansas City University. KCU Joplin is hiring dentists and full-time staff to join their dental education team. Local dentists can make a lasting impact, full-time, part-time, or even 1 day a week. Apply now at kansascity.edu/jobs. I'm Lucas Davis.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 8 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Looks like we got some wet weather. The next storm heading our way by the end of the week. The bulk of the rain Saturday. Today we're enjoying the sunshine. It is a little bit cooler, 56 today. And tomorrow's another dry day, warming up even more, 64 tomorrow. Friday, a brief shower or two possible, 65. More widespread rain, though, Saturday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing clear in the four-state area. 34 in Neosho, 36 in Pittsburgh, 35 in Galena, 35 in Joplin. 100 weather updates every 24 hours on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time, 7:39.
Valentine's Day. Sure, it's great for couples, but what if you're home alone, just looking at junk that reminds you of an ex? For you, February...
Good morning, everyone. I'm seeing my name in these comments a lot, and I don't even want to read them. I'm nervous.
We call it therapeutic separation cleaning, and nothing
Gary's here. Good morning.
this dumpster day than getting your own chocolates and getting rid of your ex's junk. It's good for the soul and will save you space. This February 14th.
It is true. The allegations are true. I am trying to see if I like the beard or not. So far, you don't need to turn your mic on. So far, I'm not sure I feel about it. My mother is very anti.
Who's very pro?
Not me. I mean, I'm not very pro. Like I said, I'm figuring out.
I'm just trying to figure out why all of a sudden you're doing that weird thing. There's got to be some new influence in your life. It's like, I think you look good with a beard. You ought to try that out.
Yeah.
It's not mom, so there's only other woman that it could be.
Lucas has a lot of hair brain theories.
Say what you want about Lucas. That SOB is astute.
Astute. No, I thought I'd try it out. I never, because I usually have just a 5 o'clock shadow half the time. In fact, in college, when I was rushing, my superlative in my fraternity when I was rushing was Mr. 5 o'clock, because I always had a 5 o'clock shadow. But I thought, well, why not actually give it a real shot? So I'm not sure if it fits me well.
You know what I tried doing yesterday?
Huh?
I tried taking the photos off of our
website of me, you, and Ben, like in our suits, like, you know, the KZRG photos or whatever, and I tried doing the caricature thing for the, and I was going to change that to the photos.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk to Jason, see if he can do something with it, and see if he can, like, do that for, like, our morning news watch, like, profile picture or something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be
that's
the caricatures of me, you, and Ben or something like that.
Yeah, that's a fun idea.
But it was awesome. Like, I'll show you some of the pictures it came up with, and it does not look anything like any of us. Like, it has me.
Are you talking like the Zimmer marketing
I look like the
ones?
skinny George Costanza. I have like bald. No, it just took because I
random
said
ones?
like I typed in the prompt or whatever, and so it searched the internet for us, and that's the images that it came up with. And it doesn't look anything like us. It's awesome.
Who is it? The Zimmer marketing did like AI caricatures of us and posted it.
Oh, did they? I didn't even see that.
Oh yeah, they posted it on their Facebook. And Wobble Dork is the one that alerted me to it because I hadn't seen him yet, and he sent me mine that they did.
Is it bad?
He said, you look like a love child between Josh Peck and Charlie Kirk. It was this.
That's awesome.
Love child between Josh Peck and Charlie Kirk.
That's so awesome.
I was like, yeah, a little bit. Some of them weren't bad.
Charlie Davis had a good one.
Did he?
Yeah. Charlie had a really good one.
Shout out to CD.
Yep. If he's listening. I'm sure he's listening on air, but...
Oh, see, Sarisa and Gary say my beard looks good. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
I told you you've been growing that beard out for 2 years now.
You have.
And guess when he started doing it? I'll let everyone else guess.
Sarisa said, I want to see Ted in a goatee. I had a goatee for a
Evil
little bit.
Ted.
I looked like Evil Ted. It was like Evil Abed.
It was so awesome.
Dude, it's hilarious. I did that probably in like 2023. I did a goatee, and yeah,
As
it
soon
was
as
not
Dalton
a
showed
good
me that
look.
picture, I said it's Evil Ted.
If I put a wife beater on, dude, I would just look. I look like a Batman.
It's
villain.
like it's
Like
Toxic Ted. That's who it is.
Yeah, I just look like a Gotham thug.
Okay, good luck with that. Goodbye.
More. Hey, it's Mark Levin with the Mark Levin Show. Be sure.
Hey, girl, Chris, what's going on?
105.9 and AM 1310 News Talk KZRG.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Just before 7:45, Ted Bojorquez.
Give me two, Steve. Give me two. Lucas Davis.
On News Talk KZRG. Coming up after this segment, when we usually give away our Ghetto Taco complimentary taco and that whole deal with our trivia question. Good news, in addition to free lunch, we're also giving away chocolate-covered strawberries from Candy House Gourmet in Joplin in honor of Valentine's Day. So for our trivia segment coming up that we do every day, not only will you be getting free chips and salsa and a complimentary taco, but you will also be getting chocolate-covered strawberries from Candy House. So you're going to want to stick around for that. Also, you get to test out your trivia knowledge. So that's always fun. Well, we today is going to be a pretty decent day weather-wise, which is good. We have a high of 58, overnight lows of 37. 61 is the high tomorrow, 43 tomorrow's high. So keep that in mind. Zimmer Storm Center app, great way to follow along with weather. Well, 2 Southwest Missouri residents were charged federally with possession with intent to distribute over 40 pounds of meth. 44 pounds to be exact.
That's a healthy appetite.
Yeah. I saw this and immediately went, what?
I saw this and immediately just thought of Walter White.
Whoa, hold on. Meth in Southwest Missouri? That is so unlike us. We wouldn't do something like that.
Nope.
No. These 2 people in question here, they are 49-year-old Michael Wilson of Lamar and 34-year-old Amber Beck of Eagle Rock, Missouri.
I always want to know what these idiots did to get pulled over with 40 pounds of meth. Every time I see one of these stories, I want to know what this idiot did to get pulled over. Because you should be doing everything by the book. If you have 40 pounds of meth in your car.
Yeah. No, and it's not these guys, but we hear that all the time.
Everyone.
Yeah, they were arrested doing 90 and a 35, and it turns out they had 6 illegal guns.
Of cocaine.
Yeah. I think here's the thing, is people that are likely to traffic drugs and have illegal firearms are not the brightest people, and so they do stupid things like go 90 in a 35.
See, if I was a cop and I looked at somebody, I was like, this guy has a seatbelt on, he's doing the exact speed limit, this is suspicious.
Well, so here's what you really do. Actually, you go 5 below the speed limit. Right, you have a box of tissues in your back window. Then you wear like an old timey fedora, and you just dress up like a little old grandma, and then drive. Do like the burqa, the whole thing, and then cops will be like, "Oh, that's just a little old lady. Move along here."
I don't know if I could be a mule. It'd be nerve-wracking to be traveling with that much stuff in your car.
But you are right, though. I mean, it is.
You would be. Why would you not? If you had 40 pounds of meth on you, like it has. The ones that are like. Oh, well, that's like a blinker out or something like that. You know what I mean? But like, I guarantee you these people are breaking the law, like driving, speeding, or not signaling while changing lanes or something like that. Something dumb to get pulled over when you have that amount of meth on you.
Yeah.
Bravo on law enforcement for getting that off the streets.
Yeah. No, yeah, shout out to them. My uncle gave me great advice while we were having beers one day. He said, Ted.
Is this the extreme uncle?
They're all extreme. I don't have a normal uncle in my family. But my uncle said, Ted, if you're breaking the law, break one of them at a time. Break one law at a time. Once you start doing more than that, that's when you get caught.
It's pretty good advice.
It's great advice. Now, these individuals, they got busted on a traffic stop on I-44 in Jasper County by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Basically, the affidavit that was filed, they didn't say why they got pulled over. They just did. Now, the affidavit filed with the complaint alleges that these two individuals in Southwest Missouri have regularly been making trips to Phoenix, Arizona to purchase meth and then bringing it back to Southwest Missouri to start distributing.
Do you think an investigation found that out, or do you think those license plate readers found that out?
That's a great question. Those flock cameras.
Yeah, to see if they could track. Like,
very good question.
Like, if they, I don't know if they share information with other agencies or whatnot, or other bureaus or whatever they call it, districts, whatnot. But that'd be wild to see if they could like figure that out through the.
I mean, it would have to be. This is no matter which way you look at it. This is an interagency operation, because if they're traveling from Phoenix, Arizona to Southwest Missouri, you have the local police in Arizona, you have the local police in Missouri, you have the state police in Arizona, you got the state police in Missouri. So there's a lot of hands on deck on this one. I'm glad that we got these guys to stop at least one drug line coming into our area, but I would be very interested to see what Arizona does to stop the initial distributor, because I doubt that it was just a small-time patsy in Arizona.
Do you think
nobody's driving.
It was cooked in Arizona, or do you think it was cooked like in Mexico and brought over the border?
I'm not sure. But there's a bigger operation in Phoenix in my mind, because nobody's driving all the way to Phoenix to get 44 pounds of meth from some random dope dealer.
Pretty good deal on it.
They're not doing it from some random dope dealer. If they were, then they would just drive to Kansas City. They wouldn't make that long of a trip.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be a good deal.
It's got to be.
Who's driving to Arizona?
Right.
It's a great deal.
It's got to be a good deal, or it's got to be a major distribution hub. It either has to be unbeatable or the only option for these people to have gotten 44 pounds of meth. One of those two. So either way, this goes to Arizona. The ball's in their court in my mind.
Must have been that blue magic.
Yeah. Which, by the way, back to the Walter White thing. What color is meth? Dumb question. I actually don't know.
I think it's normally white crystal.
Oh.
Like clearish, looks like glass.
Okay.
And Walter's was blue.
That
makes the chemicals that he used to cook it.
He used the mega meth chemicals. All right. KZRG News Time 7:50. Details, by the way, can be found at news.kzrg.com.
Glass.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Big Tech is in the hot seat as the case has been brought against Meta, alleging they are harmful to our youth. A Stanford psychiatrist testified as an expert witness that Facebook and Instagram's design features are addictive. She even compared them to drugs.
Number 2.
Kansas Attorney General Chris Krobach issued an opinion that concludes that a Kansas statute granting an in-state tuition to illegal aliens violates federal law.
Number 1.
The JPD conducted alcohol compliance checks at 40 locations. Of those 40, 3 were found to be non-compliant. Those locations were Dave's Mini Mart on Maiden, Casey's on Rangeline, and Phillips on 32nd. And now we know where all those kids have been getting that beer from.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What are your thoughts on tech billionaires fleeing California? Did you have this one on the bingo sheet? I think pretty much everyone and their mother did. But what are your thoughts on it? Leave us an open mic message. We'll play it live on air here. Coming up, your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos, and in addition to that, chocolate-covered strawberries from Candy House Gourmet in Joplin in honor of Valentine's Day. Want to help you guys out here. So, that's coming up next. Get your thinking brains on. Get your trivia hats on. We got a lot at stake. That's coming up next. Good morning.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Looks like we got some wet weather. The next storm heading our way by the end of the week. The bulk of the rain Saturday. Today we're enjoying the sunshine. It is a little bit cooler, 56 today. And tomorrow's another dry day, warming up even more, 64 tomorrow. Friday, a brief shower or two possible, 65. More widespread rain, though, Saturday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
With heating costs continuing to rise, alternate heat sources are a must. No one understands that better than the professionals at Flames in Joplin. Of course, not everyone's in a position to install a wood stove, but Lopez pellet stoves and inserts are an excellent alternative heat source, offering many flexible installation options. Easy, quiet, efficient operation, extremely long burn times, and low maintenance. Lopez pellet stoves are reliable and will keep you warm and toasty all winter long. Lopez is made in the USA and is backed by an amazing 7-year warranty, and Flames offers professional installation and service with interest-free financing too. And Lopez pellet stoves can run on a thermostat, making operation even easier. Or if you have an old drafty fireplace, the Lopez AGP pellet insert can be installed into almost any fireplace and heats up to 2,000 square feet. If you like wood heat but hate the mess, stop by Flames today and take a look at the Lopez pellet stove or pellet insert.
Hi, I'm Shane.
And I'm Brooke.
And we've been playing with fire since 1995.
Stop by Flames at 4601 South Range Line, half mile south of I-44.
When your pet feels her best, you can see it. In every wag, every stretch, every happy moment. They truly are my best friends. And that's why I really want to make sure I'm doing everything I can to keep them healthy and happy.
At Pinnacle Vet Clinic in Neosho, grooming is more than a beauty routine. It's an important part of keeping your pet healthy, inside and out. Regular grooming helps maintain healthy skin and coat, keeps ears clean, and nails neatly trimmed. Little details like that make a big difference in your pet's comfort and well-being. And you can trust the same Pinnacle Vet Clinic team for your regular vet visits and grooming, which makes it easier on you and your dog. They take the time to make each grooming visit relaxing and safe, so every pet feels cared for and comfortable. Help your pets thrive with a grooming appointment with Pinnacle Vet Clinic. Find them online at pinnaclevetclinic.com or on Facebook. When you want the best for your pets, go to Pinnacle Vet Clinic on Hammer Road in Neosho.
My name is Brandy. I am the lead assistant for Team Dental of Joplin, and this is Hadley. She is one of my favorite patients here at Team Dental of Joplin. Hadley, what do you want to be when you grow up?
The answer to that question is a dentist.
What made you decide you want to be a dentist?
Just seeing how they work and how nice and fun it is. They always are introducing new staff members to me and telling them all about how I want to be a dentist when I grow up and how Dr. Lemus is super funny. They like the Chiefs, so probably if you like the Chiefs, you should probably go there.
Absolutely. Hadley is the model patient at Team Dental of Joplin. She always does a great job when we have her in the chair.
I'm Dr. Lemus from Team Dental of Joplin. Welcome to the neighborhood practice for your whole family. Learn more at teamdentalofjoplin.com.
Team Dental of Joplin, the neighborhood practice for your whole family.
Your beauty journey just got personal at City Point Beauty Academy. We're launching a customizable cosmetology curriculum where you learn the essentials first, then choose how you want to slay the beauty world. Want to master advanced color theory, hair extensions, blonding, vivid colors, skincare, or nails? You can with our new optional advanced classes that let you focus on what makes you shine. Classes are filling up fast, so don't wait. Call 417-673-8828 extension 104 and start creating your custom beauty journey today at City Point Beauty Academy. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Valentine's Day. Sure, it's great for couples, but what if you're home alone, just looking at junk that reminds you of an ex? For you, February 14th can be dumpster day. Erase any sign of that loser with the help of Big John's roll-off service.
Big John's.
We call it therapeutic separation cleaning, and nothing will make you feel better this dumpster day than getting your own chocolates and getting rid of your ex's junk. It's good for the soul and will save you space. This February 14th, celebrate Dumpster Day with Big John's Roll-Off Service.
Hey, it's John.
And Claire from Big John's Roll-Off Service. We believe in the power of therapeutic separation cleaning.
We can drop off the right size roll-off to help you get the fresh start you need.
Text us at 417-540-0663 or go to BigJohnsRolloff.com and get your flat rate upfront price today.
When you've got big waste, you need Big John's.
Big on service, big on savings. Big John's.
Hey, it's Chris Plant. Be sure to tune in to FM 102.9, AM 1310 every weekday from 9 to 11 for breaking news, commentary, and politics. News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning Challenge.
Your chance to win a complimentary taco and free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos, and in addition to that, chocolate-covered strawberries in honor of Valentine's Day from Candy House Gourmet. So win will be the first on the phone with the correct answer at 417-782-1310. Here's today's question for you. There are 4 mammals that spend their entire lives in water. Can you name 2 of them? 4 mammals spend their entire lifetime in water. Name 2 of them. And you'll be walking away with a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from Ghetto Tacos, and chocolate-covered strawberries from Candy House Gourmet in Joplin. 417-782-1310. There are 4 mammals that spend their entire lives in water. Can you name 2 of them? News Talk KZRG, what is your guess?
Say seals and dolphins.
Okay, you're close. Dolphins, yes. Seals, no. Seals actually go on land. 417-782-1310. Name 4 there are 4 mammals that spend their whole lives in water. Name 2 of them. News Talk KZRG, what you got for us?
Whale and a dolphin.
That is correct. That is 2 of them, whales and dolphins. Who do we have here?
Cody.
Hey, Cody, what's your favorite radio station?
News Talk KZRG.
Love to hear it, Cody. Now, I have to ask, did you have a little something to give to that someone on Valentine's Day, or are we saving you today with these chocolate-covered strawberries?
You're kind of saving me on this one.
Don't worry, Cody. We got your back, man. Hey, don't go anywhere. We'll be with you in just a second here, and you have just won a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos. Stay on the line for us here, Cody. Yeah, the 4 mammals are whales, dolphins, porpoises, and manatees, also known as dungongs, which I'd never heard them called that.
Good on you for pronouncing that correctly or incorrectly. I don't care either.
Yeah, one of the 2. So yeah, whales, dolphins, porpoises, and manatees spend their entire lives in water.
You ever seen a manatee get scared?
No.
Bro, they are chaotic when they freak out.
They just start lashing out?
Yeah, and it's just huge waves going through the water. It's insane.
Weird.
Yeah.
Huh. Hey, coming up after the news, we're going to be taking a look at what is going on overseas. Good morning.
The 4 states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 8 o'clock.
More hiring, less unemployment. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. We just got that update to the economy with numbers better than expected.
Job growth picked up in January. The Labor Department says 130,000 new jobs were created, double most estimates. And the unemployment rate declined to 4.3%. The report was delayed by this year's partial government shutdown.
That's Fox's Jenny Casola. There's also been a big revision in the amount of jobs created for parts of 2024 and last year, revised down by hundreds of thousands of jobs. It's day 11 of the search for Nancy Guthrie, and a man's been questioned, telling Fox right after.
What were they asking you about?
Where my whereabouts.
Okay.
Where was I and all that.
This man, Carlos, told our Matt Finn that he was picked up at a traffic stop in Rio Rico. They questioned him. They searched his home. They took his cell phone before ultimately being released. All of this came hours after the FBI released chilling images of a person at Nancy Guthrie's front door covered head to toe with a ski mask, jacket, gloves, and a backpack.
That's Fox's Alicia Cunha outside the Guthrie home in Tucson, where the 84-year-old was kidnapped. We just got this update a few minutes ago. The airspace over El Paso, Texas has been reopened. Last night, the FAA announced that they were going to cancel all flights to and from El Paso for 10 days, citing a security concern. Now, later this morning, Israel's prime minister goes to the White House for talks with President Trump, who has threatened to attack Iran again like last year if Iran doesn't scale back its nuclear program. Meanwhile, in Iran,
President Masoud Pezeshkian apologized to all those affected by the nationwide demonstrations against the regime and the bloody crackdown that ended it. But he did so without directly acknowledging that his own security forces had a hand in the bloodshed.
That's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. We're heading for a high of 58. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following KZRG Sports at 8:08. Clear in the four-state area. 34 in Neosho, 38 in Pittsburgh, 36 in Galena, 34 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker News Talk KZRG. Thousands of chickens dead.
The cause, a massive fire at a chicken house, a chicken barn near the Stark City area, near the Newton-Berry County line. Yesterday morning, firefighters from multiple different units responded and battled that blaze for over 5 hours. That barn that was destroyed is designed to hold more than 12,000 chickens. Tyson Foods has been called in now to remove their carcasses. No other injuries were reported. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
Investigating Bad Bunny? West Central Missouri Congressman Mark Alford says they have some questions about his halftime show lyrics.
From what we have seen from Bad Bunny are very disturbing. These lyrics, if it is true what was said on national television, we have a lot of questions for the entities that broadcast this, and we'll be talking with Brendan Carr from the SEC about this. But this could be much worse than the Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction. Let's put it that way.
Alford said he believes that it was all intentional and things they couldn't have said if it were all in English.
Probing the rampant fraud in Minnesota and beyond, Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley is committing to sniffing it out.
We're talking about billions and billions and billions of dollars. It is an ungodly sum of money. It's money leaving the country in suitcases, literally stashed in suitcases, taken in airports, taken overseas. We're talking about a systemic problem here, particularly in these blue states, where the taxpayers is being robbed blind. You got to feel like if you work hard and pay taxes in this country, you're just getting ripped off left, right, and center.
Hawley says enough is enough, and it's time to root out the dark money and shut down the foreign influence. It's 36 at 8:04. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG.
The Missouri House of Representatives has endorsed a plan that would bolster screening requirements for gifted students.
St. Joseph State Representative Brenda Shields wants to require schools to provide screenings for all students at least once before third grade to identify high-achieving students. The next stop for the bill is the Missouri Senate for another look. From the Missouri Capitol, Elisa Nelson, Missouri Net.
Joplin Little Theater proudly announces its 9th biennial Valentine concert, Decades of Love, taking place at 2:30 Saturday. This year's event invites audiences to experience a heartfelt musical journey through some of the greatest love songs spanning from the 1950s to 2026. You can read more about it inside the KZRG app.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In prep basketball, Republic boys beat Neosho 59-44. The Webb City boys beat Carthage 55-46. Trey Turner led Webb City with 13 points, while Jonah Barra had 20 for the Tigers. The Webb City girls earned a 68-46 win over Carthage. Abby Sargent had 17 for the Cardinals, and Hallie Endicott had 22 for the Tigers. Hillcrest beat the Carl Junction boys 74-70. The New Heights Christian boys earned a 73-43 win over Thomas Jefferson. Ben Schumacher had 21 for the Cougars, and Jack Twist had 20 for the Cavs. The New Heights girls beat Thomas Jefferson 47-25. Tonight, Joplin boys take on Miami. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG. Your news is brought to you by Kansas City University. KCU Joplin's hiring dentists and full-time staff to join their dental education team. Local dentists can make a lasting impact, full-time, part-time, or even 1 day a week. Apply now at kansascity.edu/jobs. I'm Lucas Davis.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 8:30, breaking news as it happens on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker News Talk KZRG. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. And now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. The sun is shining. The temperature's mild, 56 today. Getting warmer tomorrow, 64. And a brief shower possible Friday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is a service of Zimmer Marketing. Make 2026 your year of growth. Update your marketing plan when you partner with Zimmer Marketing and see for yourself why it just works.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing clear in the four-state area. It is 34 in Neosho, 36 in Pittsburgh, 38 in Galena, 38 in Joplin. 100 weather updates every 24 hours on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time, 8:08.
At Access Family Care, we are aware of how important it is to have great health care in rural Missouri. We are so excited to be expanding our services to Monette to better serve Berry and Lawrence County. We have a brand new medical clinic open at 815 North Lincoln Avenue, right next door to the old St. Vincent's Hospital, what used to be Cox Monette. Come see us. For more information, go to accessfamilycare.org, where we are working hard to keep you healthy for great health care prevention from cancer to HIV to diabetes. Make an appointment with us today.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-884-1012 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-884-1012. That's 800-884-1012. What do you have to lose? Call 800-884-1012. Again, 800-884-1012.
Home is where the heart is, and the Independent Living Center is here to help you stay there. The Independent Living Center's agency-directed services offer compassionate support for those individuals who require assistance in their homes, empowering them to live comfortably and confidently. This assistance can include housekeeping, meal preparation, shopping, respite care, and authorized nurse visits. The Independent Living Center offers different levels of care to suit the needs of each individual they serve, treating your loved ones and their homes as if they were their own. Medicaid, veterans benefits, and private pay are all accepted.
Hi, I'm Toby Davis with the Independent Living Center. Our mission is to help individuals with disabilities maintain their independence while staying in the comfort of their own homes. Our professional home attendants are committed to providing whatever level of care necessary to accomplish this vision. For details on the many services we're able to provide and how we can help you or a loved one, please visit ilcenter.org.
Radio infotainment live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. You're listening to News Talk KZRG. Depend on it. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
8:10 is the KZRG News Time. Ted Bojorquez.
Davis.
34 in Joplin, 36 in Pittsburgh. Beautiful day in the four states. It's looking to become that anyway. Mostly sunny, a little bit of clouds here and there, but really nothing too bad. We have a high of 58, overnight lows of 37. Hey, by the way, I know it's early this morning, and KZRG, we want to help you out. So, hey, we are once again bringing back the Zimmer coffee card, which is pretty sweet. For just $20, you can get a $1 coffee at a ton of different locations, all locally. Pay just $1 for any specialty coffee that is less or equal to $6 on their menu. Save $5, and it's at, well over 15 locations. So really, you're saving a ton of money with the Zimmer coffee card. You can go to news.kzrg.com. Check it out for yourself. We also have the same exact thing going on, but for beer, which is a lot cooler. And by the way, whoever said you can have coffee in the morning, but you can't do that with beer is a liar. If you want to drink all day, you got to start in the morning. That's all I'm saying. That being said, I am aware that it's a Wednesday, so perhaps this is not the healthiest message to be putting out into the 4 states. But hey, we're shooting from the hip here. Hey, speaking of shooting and from the hip, Russia. They are still taking pot shots at Ukraine, and apparently experts are now warning that it looks like Russia is working to rebuild its army for the long haul. Yeah. According to a report out of Estonia, and I'm sure you're thinking, okay, what? We're listening to the Estonians now? I don't even know an Estonian. Well, Estonia is over in that region of the world, and their government has a lot of reason to be worried about what's happening because they're neighbors with Russia. And they have been pretty much the ones putting together a lot of these boots-on-the-ground reports of what's happening in the Russia-Ukraine war. So a lot of experts, like war experts, retired and current military individuals for the United States, they're looking at these Estonian reports, and they're giving it credence, which is why we here on News Talk KZRG are doing the same. So Estonia claims that Russia has suffered catastrophic losses since the start of the Ukraine war, with an estimated loss of about 1 million soldiers, either killed or severely wounded, so no longer battle fit. And now it looks like Russia is relying on mass mobilization rather than professional military strength. It looks like Russia is getting desperate to the point where they're no longer going for quality, simply quantity. Apparently, they're shifting towards just recruiting literal criminals, anyone that's over 18, anyone that, whether they're fit, healthy, or otherwise, they're just throwing them a gun and saying, get on the front line.
So essentially what Ukraine's had to do for the past several months, essentially just grab anybody off the street and put a gun in there.
Emptying their prisons, saying, all right, head that way, buddy. Pretty nuts. I mean, just hordes of people is what they're going for now.
Europe brought this on itself by not getting involved with this sooner.
They got involved.
Not financially, they didn't.
They got involved. They came to their crawling on their hands and knees to Uncle Sam and asked us to flip the bill, to what we did because Biden was the president.
Yeah.
That's how they got involved. And now that Daddy's home, good old Daddy Trumpy, he's in the hot seat now. He's like, no, we're not playing that game anymore. Sorry, sweet cheeks.
Good.
Yeah. So apparently, not only this evidence that Russia is in for the long haul, now that they're replenishing their military ranks with just, average schmucks, but apparently they've also increased artillery ammunition production more than 17 times that of 2021. Now, why does that matter? I was like, okay, well, they're in a war. They need more bullets. That makes sense. Well, some of these military infrastructure experts, they're saying, no. They're not just making more. They're producing full-blown factories, and they're refitting factories that used to do other things into military arsenal, artillery shell factories.
Similar to what the U.S. did during World War II when they transitioned everything over.
Right. And so these experts are now arguing this is not evident of them just getting armaments for like the immediate. They are preparing a full-blown war machine for a long-haul endeavor, which, by the way, is what Putin has been saying for eons now. Putin said Americans have short-term memory issues, which, by the way, I believe. I actually do agree with him on that point. And he said that the Ukraine territory is far more meaningful and important to the Russian people than it is to America, than it is even to Europe. So they will play this war of attrition. They will sit and they will hunker down if they need to until we move on to being upset about Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl. Our lawmakers are going to start focusing on Mr. Bunny instead of Mr. Putin. And that's what Vladdy is hoping will happen. And he is making a huge military armament apparatus to help push that goal forward. That doesn't surprise me. And there's now evidence of that, according to our experts, based off of reports coming from Estonia.
I mean, if you just listen to Putin over the last 15, 20 years, I mean, you knew this was going to be coming. Like, he says what he's going to do publicly. It's not a
all
surprise.
The time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the phrase that conservatives say all the time. When they say it, believe them. Now, usually they say that about the alt-left, but I would argue that logic applies as well to, in this case, to Russia. So, what are your thoughts on this? We want to know your thinking. Donald Trump, president of these here United States, called Russia a paper tiger on a Truth Social post, which, by the way, I don't disagree with. I mean, I remember in 2016, whatever, everyone was so worried about the Russian army. The Russian army, ooh, big scary. Well, dude, they're getting their butts kicked. And yes, technically they aren't losing, but Ukraine, they snatched a stalemate from the jaws of defeat. I mean, there is no reason Ukraine should still be kicking at this stage.
The only reason they are is because of our money. They don't have the money nor the manpower to put up a fight against Russia this long. It's everybody else's money that's keeping them afloat.
Money, yes. Manpower, no. What are they getting? Mercenaries from somewhere? I haven't seen that. I mean, to give the Ukrainians credit, their fighting age male population is in fact on the front line doing that work. Now, Russia, they teamed up with North Korea. There's reports of North Korean soldiers being captured and or killed on the Ukrainian front fighting against the Ukrainians. But what are the is there a mass mobilization on the Ukrainian side of people other than Ukrainians?
No, that's why they have nobody left.
That's what I mean, though. So they did have the manpower. They did put in that manpower capital, which I give them credit for.
You give them credit for wiping out 3 generations of men? This war should have been over a long time ago.
Yeah, obviously. What I'm saying, though, is the Ukrainians did not ask for us to put troops in.
No, they just asked for billions of dollars.
And I'm not excusing that.
And weapons and all that.
Yeah, I'm not excusing that. I am saying credit where credit is due. They are the ones fighting this war. Now, it's their war to fight, but they're the ones fighting it. That's the only thing I'm trying to say.
I'm not giving a country credit when they're relying on 14 other countries to supply them with all of their aid, humanitarian, military, all that stuff. Basically, all the Ukrainian government did was sacrifice 3 generations of men.
I'm giving them credit for one very specific thing. I'm not saying, yes, time to put the Ukraine flag in my Instagram bio. That's not my plan.
I wish you would do that.
Just that one specific thing. But anyway, moving on from that, we had this earlier in the morning, but in case you missed it, the Joplin Little Theater, they're hosting their ninth Valentine concert, which is pretty cool. It's called Decades of Love. It's a biennial, which is, I believe, decades, right? Isn't that the...
I think so.
Yeah. So it's the Decades of Love concert, which is pretty cool. It's happening on Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, which is when Valentine's Day is. Is that what that word means?
Biennial?
Biennial?
Biennial is every 2 years.
No, that's biannual. This is B-I-E.
No, biennial is every 2 years.
Oh. Well, they do it every 2 years?
So biennial refers to something that occurs every 2 years or lasts for a duration of 2 years.
Oh, well, that's cool. Anyway, the Little Theater located on First Street in Joplin. If you haven't been, it's cool. I honestly do think it's kind of a hidden gem of Joplin. And here's a little fun fact. Apparently, they are actually the region's oldest continuously operating community theater west of the Mississippi.
Pretty cool.
That's not no small P's and Q's. That's a pretty neat tradition there. So they're going to be doing a full-blown concert. It's going to have an ensemble and singers and musicians. They'll be performing things like Love Shack, All I Ever Need Is You, You're Just in Love, Can't Help Falling in Love, LOVE, so on and so forth. Just all the hits, all the stuff. So if you and the missus, or for you ladies out there, if you and the mister are looking for something fun to do on Valentine's Day, ladies, if the mister dropped the ball and did not get those reservations or did not have a fun little afternoon or evening date planned, drag them to this because it's going to be fun. It'll be cool. And the proceeds are going to the Joplin Little Theater's Historic Preservation Fund to help keep it operating because it is a historic site, which is pretty neat. So details can be found at news.kzrg.com. KZRG News Time, 8:21.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Big Tech is in the hot seat as a case has been brought against Meta alleging they are harmful to our youth. A Stanford psychiatrist testified as an expert witness that Facebook and Instagram's design features are addictive. She even compared them to drugs.
Number 2.
Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach issued an opinion that concludes that a Kansas statute granting in-state tuition to illegal aliens violates federal law.
Number 1.
The Joplin Police Department conducted alcohol compliance checks at 40 local locations. Of the 40, 3 were found to be non-compliant. Those locations were Dave's Mini Mart on Main Lane, Casey's on Rangeline, and Phillips on 32nd. And now we know where those kids have been getting all them beers from.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What are your thoughts on tech billionaires fleeing California? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook. What are your thoughts on this phenomenon of tech billionaires fleeing California? The most recent one was Mark Zuckerberg. But we're going to be talking about that at around 8:40 in about 20 minutes here. Chris Plant joining us at 9. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. They'll be in at 11. Sean Hannity at 2. And, of course, Mark Levin at 5. Coming up next, a look at technology with Kim Commando on News Talk KZRG. Good morning.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Looks like we got some wet weather. The next storm heading our way by the end of the week. The bulk of the rain Saturday. Today we're enjoying the sunshine. It is a little bit cooler, 56 today. And tomorrow's another dry day, warming up even more, 64 tomorrow. Friday, a brief shower or two possible, 65. More widespread rain, though, Saturday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Gingrich Structures builds agricultural, commercial, and residential post-frame buildings designed to meet your needs. All built with superior craftsmanship and attention to every detail. From planning to completion, your local Gingrich Pro will guide you every step of the way, helping you create a custom post-frame building you can count on for years to come. Visit GingrichStructures.com to connect with your local Gingrich Pro and ask about the industry's only 5-year workmanship warranty. That's GingerICHStructures.com.
Where did you get that smile? Joplin Family Dental.
If you've been putting off going to the dentist out of fear, you're not alone.
A lot of people sit in our chairs and confess the same thing every day.
But here's the part they never expect.
How comfortable they can feel going to the dentist with safe and effective sedation dentistry.
It's designed to help calm your fears before you ever walk through our doors.
You stay relaxed, comfortable, and in control of any nerves or anxiety from start to finish.
So if you're ready to finally face your fear,
we're here to help you take that first step towards a better dental experience with sedation dentistry.
And we promise you won't be doing it alone.
Call Joplin Family Dental to discover the comfortable way to a new smile.
Or schedule an appointment at our new Carthage location today.
You can also learn more at joplindental.com.
Where did you get that smile? Joplin Family Dental.
Your truck and trailer doesn't get days off. They run when you run. Any weather, long miles, heavy loads, tight schedules. The road isn't kind either. It takes a toll with every mile. And when something goes down, everything stops. That's why Bennett's Truck and Trailer in Dinaweg is here to keep your equipment ready for whatever the road throws at it. With over 50 years of experience on staff, they handle truck and trailer repairs, preventative maintenance, fabrication, and mobile service when you need it most. Whether you're running a single truck operation or managing an entire fleet, you deserve service you can trust. When you want unbeatable service and unmatched quality, that's the Bennett way. Your trucks and trailers have to be on the road, and proper maintenance is the best defense against downtime. So make sure you take care of them the Bennett way. Roll into their shop on Thunder Road in Dinaweg or find them online at Bennett'sTruckTrailer.com. Bennett's Truck and Trailer. Maintenance done better the Bennett way.
The electronic devices we use each day capture far more information than any of us realize. That Nest doorbell cam at the front door of Nancy Guthrie, the one the local sheriff's department thought was useless because there were no subscriptions to record and store images, recorded everything anyway. I'm Kim Commando with Improved Life. I created GLP-1 support to manage cravings, support metabolism, and keep blood sugar on track. Find out more at improvedlife.com/Kim. The FBI dug into what's called residual data in back-end systems. Plain English, even without a paid subscription, that camera was still sending data to the cloud. Thumbnails, motion events, connection logs, video, all sitting on servers. The suspect tampered with the camera and thought he was in the clear. He wasn't. You can smash a camera, you can't delete what it already uploaded. Your devices capture more than you think, even on free tiers and without a subscription. And in this case, it might be what brings Nancy Guthrie home. Join a million folks who get my free newsletter. Sign up now at getkim.com. It's hard to believe, but summer is literally right around the corner. And if you're thinking about what you're going to look like in that swimsuit, you're not alone. Here's the thing. You do not need to starve yourself. And you don't need some crazy workout routine that you're going to quit in, say, 2 weeks. You need actual, real support that works with your body. That's why I need to tell you about GLP-1 support from ImprovedLife.com. It helps with appetite control. So this way you're not fighting cravings all day. And it supports your metabolism. So this way your body can do what it's supposed to do. And the best part, it's in stock right now. There's no wait list, no back orders, just results. Hey, summer bodies are not made in June. They're made right now. Get going. Head to ImprovedLife.com/Kim and get up to 30% off. That's ImprovedLife.com/Kim, because feeling good in your own skin never goes out of season. ImprovedLife.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Catch my show every weekday. It all starts at 2 for honest news, truthful news on News Talk, KZRG. Depend on it.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
8:28, 2 minutes before 8:30. It's 34 in Joplin, 36 in Pittsburgh, 34 in Neosho. Ted Bojorquez.
Lucas Davis.
On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG. 58 is the high in Joplin today. 37 is the low tonight. Tomorrow, it's going to be warmer than today. We have a high tomorrow of 61. And on Friday, it's going to be even warmer than that. We have a high of 64. The lows also speak toward a trend of getting warmer. Tomorrow's low is 43, Friday's low 49. Slight chance of rain on Friday, so keep that in mind. Zimmer Storm Center app, a great way to follow along with all things weather, as it always is. Hey, coming up after the news in about 10 minutes here at around 8:40, we have this story that is also our question of the day today. Tech billionaires fleeing the state of California. Mark Zuckerberg looks like he will be joining that list. We have the updates for you coming up next on News Talk KZRG. Good morning.
At 8:29, I'm Lucas Davis.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG. Where's Nancy?
January employment.
Iran says sorry. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. We're heading for a high of 58. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following KZRG Sports at 8:38. It is clear in the four-state area. It is 35 in Neosho, 36 in Pittsburgh, 34 in Webb's, 34 in Joplin. On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker News Talk KZRG. The federal government working with local law enforcement to investigate the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie.
White House officials say President Trump continues to receive updates about the case along with his FBI director and attorney general. Here's White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
His initial reaction, of course, as all Americans, is just pure disgust. And again, it's heartbreaking to see now this footage really bring to life a story we've all been reading about.
The White House has from the beginning, along with law enforcement, continued to encourage the public's help in finding Nancy Guthrie. The White House posting, quote, "The president encourages any American across the country with any knowledge of this suspect to please call the FBI, who continue to assist state and local authorities. The prayers of the entire White House are with the Guthrie family."
Good news. The job market was much stronger than estimated last month.
Job growth picked up in January. The Labor Department says 130,000 new jobs were created, double most estimates, and the unemployment rate declined to 4.3%. The report was delayed by this year's partial government shutdown. November and December reports were revised to indicate 17,000 fewer jobs than initially reported. There also is a severe downward revision for the number of jobs created at the end of the Biden administration into the start of the Trump presidency. Ginny Kosola, Fox News.
After the protest, an apology from the president of Iran.
President Masoud Pezeshkian apologized to all those affected by the nationwide demonstrations against the regime and the bloody crackdown that ended it. But he did so without directly acknowledging that his own security forces had a hand in the bloodshed. President Pezeshkian was speaking at a ceremony to mark Iran's 1979 Islamic Revolution. He denounced what he called Western propaganda surrounding the protests. With the US continuing to put pressure on Iran over its nuclear and military programs, President Pezeshkian insisted his nation wasn't seeking nuclear weapons. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
It's 34 at 8:32. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG.
One of the most talked about pieces of movie memorabilia has now surfaced at the Titanic Museum in Branson. News Talk KZRG's Steve Smith with the story.
The ornate wooden panel known to moviegoers as the Door featured prominently in the Oscar winner The Titanic. It's now the focal point of a new display at the Titanic Museum. The panel is an integral character in the Titanic movie and one of the most talked about props in Hollywood history. It helped save the character Rose from drowning when the Titanic sank. Many have speculated if it could have saved Jack too, if only he had climbed on it. You can think about that at the display in Branson. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
Examining fraud and foreign influence in state and federal programs, Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley is leading the charge.
Alexander Hamilton warned that foreign powers would try to exploit America's freedoms to sow divisions inside our country. Threats from foreign influence, he said, should never be dismissed as idle or as hypothetical. And today we are confronting a raft of allegations and reports that foreign influence and foreign money is making its way into the American political system.
Hawley says you, the American taxpayer, are the ones being robbed. It's 34. It's 8:33. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG.
Missouri taking a major step to protecting kids from predators. On Monday of this week, the Missouri House overwhelmingly passed House Bill 2273, creating a new felony offense for grooming a minor for the first time in state law. The legislation targets adults who engage in a repeated pattern of manipulative or sexualized behavior to build trust with a child and prepare them for exploitation. State Senator Joe Carter told News Talk KZRG.
That means essentially that somebody who's targeting your child, trying to groom them online, we have sexual exploitation going on online through social media. This will now be a criminal offense.
The 2026 Winter Olympics has started off hot.
The Winter Olympics are giving NBC Universal a much bigger draw than the 2022 Winter Games. Friday's opening ceremony and the first full day of competition on Saturday delivered strong audiences based on preliminary Nielsen ratings and streaming data from Adobe Analytics. Viewership is up more than 60% compared to the same 2 days of the 2022 Olympics in Beijing, China. The surge is being driven by major streaming growth on Peacock and less pronounced time zone differences between the host cities Milan and Cortina in Italy and the United States. The opening ceremony averaged 21.4 million viewers across NBC and Peacock. On Saturday, the audience climbed to a combined 28.5 million viewers for live afternoon events. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In prep basketball, Republic boys beat Neosho 59-44. The Webb City boys beat Carthage 55-46. Trey Turner led Webb City with 13 points, while Jonah Barra had 20 for the Tigers. The Webb City girls earned a 68-46 win over Carthage. Abby Sargent had 17 for the Cardinals, and Hallie Endicott had 22 for the Tigers. Hillcrest beat the Carl Junction boys 74-70. The New Heights Christian boys earned a 73-43 win over Thomas Jefferson. Ben Schumacher had 21 for the Cougars, and Jack Twist had 20 for the Cavs. The New Heights girls beat Thomas Jefferson 47-25. Tonight, Joplin boys take on Miami. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG. Your news is brought to you by Kansas City University. KCU Joplin is hiring dentists and full-time staff to join their dental education team. Local dentists can make a lasting impact, full-time, part-time, or even 1 day a week. Apply now at kansascity.edu/jobs. I'm Lucas Davis.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 9 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. And now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Looks like we got some wet weather. The next storm heading our way by the end of the week. The bulk of the rain Saturday. Today we're enjoying the sunshine. It is a little bit cooler, 56 today. And tomorrow's another dry day, warming up even more, 64 tomorrow. Friday, a brief shower or two possible, 65. More widespread rain, though, Saturday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing clear in the four-state area. It is 34 in Neosho, 38 in Pittsburgh, 36 in Galena, 35 in Joplin. 100 weather updates every 24 hours. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time, 8:38.
Hinkle's Ace Hardware, they got what you need there.
Whoa, easy there, killer. Is that neon salmon with the side of 1970s lime? Your walls aren't just dated, they are crying for help. It's time to neutralize the situation at Hinkle's Ace Hardware. We've got the on-trend palettes that'll turn your stick. Grab the designer-approved colors you see on TV, like the Benjamin Moore favorites used by Dave and Jenny Mars on Fixer to Fabulous, or the iconic Magnolia Home line from Fixer Upper. This is quality stuff, folks. We're talking fewer coats, less mess, and low-odor formulas that won't clear out the house. These coatings are built to last with stain resistance tough enough to handle a scrubbing from a busy household. Save time, save money, and finally stop squinting at those walls. Visit Hinkle's Ace Hardware in Webb City or our location just around the corner from Freeman Hospital in Joplin. Hinkle's Ace Hardware for people with ugly rooms.
Neighbors helping neighbors, Hinkle's Ace Hardware Store.
3 blind mice turn to 30 blind mice. They eat all your food. They chew up your shoe. The cold makes them look for a warm place to hide. They won't go away no matter how hard you try. Call Bug Away to get them out of your life. Now there's 60 blind mice. Now there's 90 blind mice.
Hey, it's Doug and Rory from Bug Away Pest Control. Of course, we spend a lot of time on bugs, but we can help get rid of rodents too.
Cold weather leaves mice looking for a warm home for the winter.
Not only are rodents destructive, but they also carry a number of viruses and diseases.
At Bug Away Pest Control, we can be quick as a cat to get rid of your rodent problem.
Remember, if you don't see our logo, it's a no-go. There's only one place where you can get Doug and Rory's pest-free guarantee.
We do exactly what we say. We keep the bugs and rodents away.
Customer satisfaction is our #1 goal at Bug Away Pest Control.
My name is Brandy. I am the lead assistant for Team Dental of Joplin, and this is Hadley. She is one of my favorite patients here at Team Dental of Joplin. Hadley, what do you want to be when you grow up?
The answer to that question is a dentist.
What made you decide you want to be a dentist?
Just seeing how they work and how nice and fun it is. They always are introducing new staff members to me and telling them all about how I want to be a dentist when I grow up and how Dr. Loomis is super funny. They like the Chiefs, so probably if you like the Chiefs, you should probably go there.
Absolutely. Hadley is the model patient at Team Dental of Joplin. She always does a great job when we have her in the chair.
I'm Dr. Lemus from Team Dental of Joplin. Welcome to the neighborhood practice for your whole family. Learn more at teamdentalofjoplin.com.
Team Dental of Joplin, your neighborhood practice for your whole family.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Are you a fraud-paying American? 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans have been victim of identity fraud. With LifeLock, your identity, if it's stolen, they fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. And last year, billions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job. Gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms do apply.
Join me, Buck Sexton, and our good friend Clay Travis every weekday starting at 11 on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
8:42, just before 8:45, 34 in Joplin, 37 in Pittsburgh. Going to be pretty decent weather today. Not quite as nice as it was earlier in the week and the weekend, but still not too bad. We have a high today of 58, mostly clear, overnight lows of 37. Tomorrow, high is 61, overnight lows of 43. And Friday, we have a high of 64. There is a slight chance of scattered showers on Friday, though, so be sure to keep that in mind. Hey, News Talk KZRG, we got a lot going on at newstalkkzrg.com, including the Go for the Green competition presented by Circus Sports. You can win a trip to see the Masters at Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. They'll pay for your stay. They'll pay for your airfare. You'll get some food. So that's pretty cool. If you go to newstalkkzrg.com, you can click to see how that how you can enter there. We also have the Zimmer coffee card for $20. You can get $1 coffees at a ton of local coffee shops. We're talking Joplin Avenue Coffee Co., Maple Leaf Coffee House, the Clay Cup. We're talking Ziggy's Coffee, the Human Bean. We're talking Crazy Llama Coffee, Queen's Bee Coffee and Crepe Place, the Lighthouse Coffee Shop. So that's pretty sweet. Pink Mornings.
I wish Dat Chicken was on there because I'd go there for some coffee.
Does Dat Chicken even have coffee?
I don't know, but I wish. We need to add them onto that card because they got me.
So you get $1 coffees from those locations with the Zimmer, and many more locations, by the way, with the Zimmer coffee card. Go to newstalkkzrg.com. You can learn more there. Well, California continues to carve itself out. They are losing instrumental people from their economy, left and right. One of the biggest names that California lost in the past 5 years, probably Ted Bojorquez.
I knew you were going to say
probably the biggest loss
I hate you so much.
For the community. No doubt about it.
They had a parade.
To celebrate my exit. It's like that SpongeBob episode where everyone's celebrating.
SpongeBob's Gone Day?
Yeah, exactly. Ted's Gone Day. No, jokes aside, the new big name that we have for you this morning is Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg. He is the latest Californian billionaire to leave the state. And it looks like he may be heading for sunny Florida.
I figured he was going to find the nearest wax museum because he looks like a robot.
Oh, he'll fit along really well.
Standing there completely still
amongst the waxies. Yeah, apparently him and his wife snatching up a massive waterfront mansion in Miami's exclusive billionaire bunker. Now, the question, of course, is why is this happening? KZRG News Time 8:45. Well, they made the state a cesspool.
Yeah, getting out while the getting's good, I guess.
Yeah, that's literally why. That and their bottom dollar. The state lawmakers in California are looking to impose a 5% tax on the ultra wealthy. So this is a tax the wealth, because basically it would be a tax that is tied to their net wealth, them as individuals, which is pretty interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. I need to look more into it, but conceptually, it's not really on a product or a company. It's on them. So maybe, I don't know. But apparently, Zuck and Mrs. Zuck, they are looking to leave. Now, we know this because the real estate agencies that are working with them to look for these houses are letting us know. Now, this deal for this mega mansion in Florida has not closed yet, but apparently they are looking at this, and they plan to move there by April. The Zuckerbergs. The Zuckites.
Imagine having enough money just to be able to casually move to a $150 to $200 million mansion.
Yeah.
Be nice.
That would be nice. Now, Troy Dean, he's the CEO of a real estate agency. He said, quote, "People like Zuckerberg plan 3 moves ahead. That billionaire tax chatter has a lot of Palo Alto owners doing real math. If you're staring at a potential 5% hit tied to net worth, Florida becomes a business decision. And Indian Creek is the clearest signal that you're serious because it's built for privacy and control. This is a loud signal that South Florida is the primary market now. When someone at Zuckerberg's level buys here, it changes buyer psychology overnight. If that tax actually moves forward, you'll see the impact first at the very top because there's so little true trophy inventory." End quote.
Does that tax, you think, end up sinking Newsom's presidential bid?
Maybe. I mean, I'm sure that Republicans would use that as ammunition against him. But from my very basic and elementary understanding of it, it literally doesn't affect any normal people. In theory.
No, but when all those companies are mass exiting out of your state, that's going to have an impact on your state. Like, you're not going to have those jobs anymore.
Yeah, but if we're talking a national presidential bid, I don't know if people are too worried about the specific economy of California other than Californians. I think that
would
Gavin
be worried
Newsom,
about that just because you're going to portray that too, like that's how you're going to run the American economy. So I feel like that's why it's pertinent.
It would be ammunition for sure, yeah. But I think that Gavin Newsom has so many other kinks in his armor that are so much more notable than this. I don't think this is the silver bullet. I think that there's enough ammo elsewhere.
It should be just because of how much Americans are talking about affordability right now. Mm-hmm. That should be a big talking point with Gavin Newsom. Anybody that's running for president, their economic values should be a big talking point because of how important affordability is right now in our country.
Right. In my mind, the problem with California's affordability is not a government issue. It's a free market issue in that you have all of these companies that are billionaires that are housed in California because that's where they chose to be. They weren't required. They chose to go there, and they're paying their employees $200,000 a year, $300,000 a year. They're throwing salaries like that around like it's hotcake. And so now if I am a private landowner that wants to sell my home in California, am I going to sell it to the family that's making $40K or to the people that are making $300K that will give me more money? That's how those home prices are getting so high because the people that are buying them are getting outrageous salaries from these outrageously wealthy companies. And so the whole market value goes up. The homes in California are not that nice. They're not that valuable. They're not built of gold. They're not great. It's because it's California. It's because the companies are there. And that's a free market issue. That affordability issue is a free market thing. That has nothing to do, in my mind, with how the state is run or who's in charge of the state at the time. So I don't think that would be solid ammunition against Newsom on a national scale to say, hey, look what he did in California. That's what he's going to do affordability-wise for the nation, because I don't think anyone that is reasonable would argue that the state government did that. I think that's a free market thing.
So you don't think the California taxes have anything to do with everybody leaving?
No, I absolutely think that's a part of it for sure. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
But that is different than housing prices, which is what I'm talking about.
But I'm just talking in general, like the economy of California when it comes to Gavin Newsom, not just the housing market, but just in general, like the tax reform or the taxes in California are so alarmingly high that if you live in the Midwest, you can't move to California.
You can't afford it.
You can't afford it. Like it's only a one-way trip. You can only move out of California. And a lot of people can't even do that because they can't save up enough money because of how much taxes are.
Moving is expensive.
Yeah.
It costs like at least $5,000 to move.
I just feel like the
Maybe
overall
$3,000.
economy, not just the housing market, like I feel like that's going to hurt Gavin Newsom when it comes to a presidential bid because of the affordability conversation right now. Like I would feel like if we had a great economy right now, whatever Gavin Newsom did in California, like the Republicans would use that, but it wouldn't hit. It wouldn't land because we'd be living clean. Who cares? But now that everybody's struggling right now, I feel like that's going to be a talking point.
So specifically affordability of housing, I don't think that there's much ammunition against Newsom. Affordability of California in general, yeah, I could see that argument because of the taxes. One of the reasons why gasoline is so expensive in California is because of all the state taxes, the state environmental protection taxes that they put onto it.
It's essentially the opposite in Florida and in California. All the state taxes compared to no state taxes in Florida. You know what I mean? I mean, that's why they're jumping ship. It's just, I feel like it's because of the tax regulation.
Which, by the way, I got word apparently Sean Hannity not too happy because he moved to Florida a number of years ago. And now all these billionaires are moving into his zone.
Well, the one good thing for him is his real estate is going to go up. Whatever his, like all that, everything in Florida. I got family and friends that live in Florida. They said over the last 10 years, it's become almost like everywhere else. It's just become almost unaffordable to live because everybody moving in there. They're just jacking prices up on
in
everything.
Florida.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be a moving target. I think
Florida's so nice. It's like California. It's probably second best state to live in, just based on environment and stuff like that in the country. No wonder it's
sunny.
Prices.
The beaches are nice. Yeah, exactly. KZRG News Time 8:52. What are your thoughts on all this, though? Everything that we just went through. Give us a.
That's the beauty of living in a flyover state. Doesn't cost that much to live in.
I know. Lucas, actually, a lot of Midwesterners.
I take that as a point of pride.
I was going to say, a lot of Midwesterners get offended at the flyover state allegations. Lucas is all in on them.
That's right.
Yeah, keep flying.
Yep.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Big Tech is in the hot seat as the case has been brought against Meta, alleging they are harmful to our youth. A Stanford psychiatrist testified as an expert witness that Facebook and Instagram's design features are addictive. She even compared them to drugs.
Number 2.
Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach issued an opinion that concludes that a Kansas statute granting an in-state tuition to illegal aliens violates federal law.
Number 1.
The Joplin Police Department conducted alcohol compliance checks at 40 locations. Of those 40, 3 were found to be non-compliant. Those locations were Dave's Mini Mart on Maiden, Casey's on Rangeline, and Phillips on 32nd. Now we know where those kids are getting all them beers from.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What are your thoughts on tech billionaires fleeing California? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, or better yet, leave us an open mic message. We'll play it live on air here. You can also always text us at 417-782-1310. Chris Plant joining us at 9. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at 11. Sean Hannity at 2. And Mark Levin at 5. On News Talk KZRG. Good morning.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Looks like we got some wet weather. The next storm heading our way by the end of the week. The bulk of the rain Saturday.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for hanging out.